works.
Yep. All right, everybody, here we are. Episode 18. I always have to ask. I'm like, okay, what episode is this? But it's good. We're losing count. That's a year and a half, which is insane. I know when we started this thing, it was like, we thought once a month would be a good pace. It's amazing how fast they happen.
Yeah.
Right. So welcome to episode 18. We have a dear friend and colleague today, Jake Riggs. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me out here.
Yeah, man. So we got a lot to unpack. We were just talking, like, there's always pre-show chatter, right? Usually, sometimes, probably for at least an hour. You showed up here like 8 o'clock, right?
Just before,
yeah. So it's funny. You pulled up. Mason's like, I think Jake's here. I'm like, really? Already? And he looks me dead in the eye. He goes, what did you expect?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So Jake is from Pennsylvania. You're like, what town is it?
I'm Bryn Mawr. I live in Broomall now.
Okay.
I'm in the suburbs outside, like 5-6 miles out.
Right on. So how long was your commute?
20 minutes.
Really?
21 minutes. At 6:30 was 21 minutes, and at 7 it was like 25. I'm like, you leave at any time to get the balls. Now I know where you are.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, it's real quick to jump over that bridge.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been wanting to do, Mason and I talked about this, I've been wanting to do like an open house just here.
Yeah.
And have like all the guys like from Crane School and just kind of,
yeah.
I got to figure out how to pull it off. It's
2
really
coolers of beer and like a nice little pig roast.
You know what I mean? I
got
to bear down and just make that happen. Because I was thinking like a fall thing, but maybe I'll shoot for spring and be a good time. Just hang out, chit chat a little bit, have some additional conversation. But anyway, so yeah, a lot to dig into as always. You've heard Brick mention Jake several times on this podcast about Jake. And I'm going to actually dive right into that. You can do a little intro too if you want. But what I want to hear from, because it's an interesting dynamic, because you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 35.
Okay, so there's 10-year difference?
Yeah.
And
45.
you've called Jake your mentor.
Definitely my mentor.
So whether you want to dive clear straight into that first, because I find that interesting and pretty cool. And we're going to get into the whole dynamic because you're what, third gen?
Yeah, third gen.
Okay, so Jake is a third generation arborist. So I want to dig into that too.
Yeah,
but if you want to kick off a little intro and some of the things that make that relationship unique for you guys, that's awesome. Because I think it's pretty cool. And I think the listeners would really benefit from hearing that. And a lot of times someone that's older carries himself with a certain posture. I'm not going to say arrogance, but like, what can this young person teach me? And yet here you are, who's a very accomplished man in your own right on many different levels, not just as a human being. Well, you know how I feel about you anyway. But, in the climbing community. So walk us through a little bit, take some time and kind of unpack that. And I'm going to sit back and listen a little bit.
That was cool. Yeah. For the listeners, obviously Jake Riggs is the dude sitting across from me. My perspective is, you said you're third generation. I come into the competition scene trying to just be a part of it, first of all.
When was that?
My first one was in 2010.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And I know that I saw you in 2000, either 13 or 14.
2011 was my first.
Your first one, okay.
No, in Jersey was 2011 was my first.
Yeah.
2010 was my first Pendel.
In Pendel, okay, yeah. So, but when I first saw you, it was you and Derek Martin were hanging out.
Yeah.
And I was either 13 or 14. And that's more of just awareness of like who's on the scene kind of a thing. And like just trying to figure out who's who, Yeah. And that I asked you my first question, both of you, and that's when SOT came onto the scene.
But it wasn't in comps, right?
No, it wasn't in comps, but exactly. It wasn't in comps, but it was like the thing.
Yeah.
And I believe it started in around 2010 or 11. But like, people started to like get into the conversation, kind of what you were saying at the bar. You have a conversation about this thing that you're working with, right?
Yeah.
So I see that somehow, just by being in the same area, I ask you and Derek the same thing, like, just more of like, what do you use? How do you do it? Kind of a thing. And that's the initial contact. Yeah. So the initial contact that I got from that was, and this I mean this respectfully, but in the way of like, this is what it is, go do the thing, but don't talk to us if you don't go do the thing. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like not arrogant, but more of like, all right, there's ABC. Now you come, like the idea is you gotta put time in, work in, and come back with X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, well, tweak this, do that instead. So, so that's 13, 14. I end up hurt myself with CrossFit in 15. Kind of figure out what I want to do. Then 15 into 16, I put a lot of time in. And then that's when I was able to connect with you a little bit more like, hey, what can I do to work with AR? And then you're like, all right, remember, like a minute 30 is really what you want to get off the ground. You want to get in the
faster than that. It's a minute.
No,
a minute. If you're not off the ground a minute,
it's amazing.
Talk it up.
Yeah, but the point is, like, that was the beginnings of, like, here's a little tidbit of information. And me being the person that I am, it's like I'm taking it and I'm running with it to see what I can do with it. I'm not trying to come back to you with like excuses.
Yeah,
well,
everybody's got them.
Agreed. You
got to put the time in.
So
win something, put the time in.
And so in that time when that was happening, I also started to understand people in the competitive scene, but in the industry. So finding out that your dad is Glenn, Mark Chisholm, the connection there, and starting to see all the, at least on, in this section of Pendle in New Jersey, how there's been a relationship going on before I even showed up.
Forever. Yeah,
forever, right? So then you find out this is like a brother chapter. So it's been an honor and real cool to be a part of that. Yeah. But being a part of that means putting the work in. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So for the listeners that don't know Jake Riggs, what I've gotten to learn about him in the time frame is this dude right here, maybe it's a lack of better words, but balls to the wall. Like this guy, there is no sugarcoating when it comes to work. It's 100%.
Yeah.
No excuses. Let's figure out the problems, solve the problems. Just no nonsense. And I've loved that from the beginning. But more importantly, naturally, I still, I don't know how it happened, but naturally he ended up being a mentor. And it's the irony for me is that he's 10 years younger, but it's not the age thing. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
It's not, but it's the feeling. Because like you said, people that are usually older, there's always that. But I've never had that. At being a deaf kid and dealing with life, I didn't care about that at all. So your energy, your direction, like perfect fit for me because I don't have time for nonsense.
Yeah,
Tell me
blunt.
What's that?
I'm very blunt,
blunt, yes.
I don't cut corners.
No.
There's a right way and a wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, that's a perfect fit because I've dealt with a lot of nonsense. Being a deaf person, trying to make it in this society, essentially.
It's insane that you climb trees.
And that's gonna be a whole point. Yeah,
Yeah.
So my point is it ended up being perfect fit, and then you and I just kick it off.
Yeah.
I put time in, show up in 2016, then able to be consistent with the with each event in the the Pendle competition, and then I'd like to think that you saw that and we're like, okay, run down to Charlotte real quick.
Yeah.
Let's go to Charlotte and check that out in 2017, and then that just began that was the beginnings of my competition journey, which also carries over to work.
It 100%.
Yeah. So and then with that being said, as our friendship, bromance, real.
That's great.
I was already a dad before with kids, just getting into it. You ended up becoming a dad with Lisa.
Yeah.
His wife. So it's just really cool to have all three of us even just to have we're in this, but we're in this in so many different facets of life at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah. We all have the same light, just different path at the moment.
Correct.
Right.
I love it. And so I'll let you kind of dive in a little bit, but you could talk about how you came into it. You run your own company with your dad.
Yeah.
Competition scenes. Your upbringing, your dad bringing you along in this industry.
Forcing me, no.
Correct. Yeah.
I was going to just interject because there's so much to unpack. So in terms of
real quick, but just so everybody hears me, just so you know, I tell you this often. I sincerely, genuinely appreciate who you are and who you've become in my life. in particular. So I'm saying out loud for everybody else, I love you for that. I appreciate it. Real talk.
It.
Yeah, real talk. You know?
They hugged earlier. We all did. Just a minute.
But the mentorship, I'm grateful for it. But the mentorship's both ways, because you show me stuff, I show you stuff. I never look at like mentors. Like I have them, but at one point you're almost all on the same level, and you're showing me stuff that I've never seen, and we're going vice versa. And that's awesome. I think that's what everybody also needs through that. So, but I'm grateful for it, but I always give you the hard truth whenever you need it.
It's funny. I reference an incident, not an incident, a situation, whatever you want to call it, that you did. This is going back. I posted a video. I referenced it on the last episode because we talked about you. And it was like, I did something, there was a video, and my saw was like either near or like on top of my rope.
Yeah.
And like, there was a comment, it was like, yo, bro, like you're a teacher, you're this, and like, get that saw off there. And like, I couldn't say, I'm like, oh, he's right.
Yeah.
And so here's a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, because there's almost like a Northeast thing, or we call it like a Jersey thing, but obviously this region is, do you feel that's just how we are around this like sort of Philly, New York, Northeast corridor, or do you just think it's just certain type of, like?
I think it's both. I think it plays a hand in both, but even people who aren't, like the arrogance thing, I think it's not an arrogance. I think it's just how we are brought up. I think we're very truthful and aggressive in the truth.
Yeah.
Like we might come off with an attitude, but there's no attitude. Like I didn't mean anything by it.
No. And
like I didn't mean anything by it.
But what I'm driving at is I prefer that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's easier for me to take inventory of who a person is. I'll say a dude, but like who a person is when it's direct.
Yeah.
I don't have time for, first of all, I don't want or desire sugarcoating, and we've talked about that. I want to, because when you deal with truth, there's less fluff and it's more direct, and you can immediately work on resolution.
Yeah.
There's not all this other stuff that's involved. And it's funny. I tell a story about
used to it.
First couple of times I met your dad, and I didn't realize the relationship that he and Mark had, apparently from back a ways. And I just remember me, and I'm like, man, who is this dude? You know what I mean? And you talk about direct and like the sense of humor, but he says it like out the side of his mouth, and you're like, what is with this guy? And like over time, I'm like, okay. I'm like, that he's just real. There's no BS, but also he's a really good dude. And so I've grown in affection for him and for you. And it's that brotherhood of like helping each other out, competing in each other's comps, and like judging each other's comps, and doing the duel on the Delaware, like the camaraderie that has developed, that some of my best friends in this industry are obviously in my chapter, but also now in the Pendo, which is really cool. How was that like for you coming up? Like, and when did when did you break in to participate, say, in your chapter events? And what was that like for you, like age-wise? You start coming, like, walk us through a little bit, the listeners through a little bit of that, like coming up with your dad on that.
I was 5
in that scene
when I started running timesheets.
Okay, all right. That's like Michaela was young.
So I ran timesheets from 5 through rainy all the nonsense. But like at that same time, my dad got out of competitions 96.
Mm-hmm.
I think 95 was last year competing.
Oh, okay.
96, I think my uncle was still competing one more year, and I think he got out of it once kind of like a driven force, like him and my uncle. They weren't competing against anyone else in the chapter besides themselves.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
If that gets you drift. So once like my old man retired from the comp scene, my uncle was kind of like lost the patch. He's like, yo, I'm out too.
Yeah, okay.
So for both, but they used to practice in the parks up the street from my house. So like I would see climbers practice from 5-6 years old. Like Rochi used to practice out there. We had a couple of the older, hard to put faces and names from 20 years ago, but it's insane what all the practice time these guys used to put in. But 5, I was running timesheets all the way up to 16, 17. I did timers, score. I was a volunteer at Pendel all the way up to 16. 17 was my first year. I stopped volunteering because of work, but I still drove out to the Master Challenge. I never missed a Master Challenge.
That's awesome.
For Pendel. From watching, spectating, or anything. Used to drive out to Penn State. Used to drive out when they used to hold them and just see the 10 climbers go at it. Like, that was always enjoyable to me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's always been a part of mine.
Yeah.
Whole life. Like, Roche used to be in my woods when I was like 8, 9 years old, foot locking.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Amazing.
But it was intense. It was a fun time. But I didn't compete till I think it was 20. I think it was 19, but it was the year I turned 20.
Yeah.
That's when I did the apprentice at Pendel.
Oh, cool.
And that was awesome. But I got it's fun because Big Penn and Gareth Peoples were training me up in the woods. And then Derek ended up coming out like the next day. And then Tatey came out later on in the day. So those were my beginner people training in the backyard.
Yeah. For those, just real interjection for the listeners, like, there's people all over. I mean, I don't know, like say all over the country, all over the world, whoever's listening, and their names that mean something to us. But just to say, like, as a guy that's in the industry and been in it for so many years, these are guys that are very, very high level, high achieving, super professional. Take a backseat really to no one in my book. That Jake's talking about in his world that are pouring into him, which is it's pretty cool.
So, but those guys were my contract climbers because my dad was a contract climber. So I was on sites where they would contract out. Mm-hmm. So those were like the caliber climbers that would just show up for contracting back in the late 90s, 2000s from my old man. So it was pretty cool.
That's the part I was just going to add is because there's always that, a weird dance between, are you really a tree climber if you're ringing bells?
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's like, I'll say it. I'll tell you right now to all the people that he just listed, including yourself, don't even bring that up. That's a dumb thing to say.
Oh, they're tree guys before ringing bells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The ringing bells just happens to be another fun competitive aspect that we can play with each other before we go back to work.
Oh my God, yeah.
So just for the listeners, because to your point, these people that you're naming are high caliber, like tree workers.
Yeah,
that just happen to compete, not high caliber competitors that might be able to do tree work.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's impressive what they're doing now.
Yeah. Which is
it's crazy. It's impressive what they're doing now. Still, just high caliber.
Yeah,
I love it.
But that was just fun. Then 21 was when I started competing.
Okay,
like full fledged. I was traveling with Derek because that was East and West for Pendel.
Okay,
so Pendel had 2 competitions every year, so you had to go East, West to get into the Masters. Yeah, and they allowed 10 people into the Masters.
Oh,
wow! I didn't know that.
So you're saying you have to do both?
You didn't have to do both. If you placed top 5 in the East, you were in.
Okay.
Placed top 5 in the West, you're in.
And then combined.
So if you missed one, I'm going West. I'm going to get in.
Oh, okay. I get you.
And so you'd have to go to Pittsburgh and go win.
Okay.
Interesting.
So then now you have 10 people competing for a Master. That's why it was so sporadic.
Oh, yeah.
Like once Roach, what, he went 8 times or 7 times? I don't know what he did at Pendel. He was crazy. But then it became really, once the caliber of climbers started jumping, I mean, winning against 10 people, that was pretty damn hard.
It's tough, yeah.
That was pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've heard you talk about it, but I thought it was separate.
And we used to meet later on. So you'd do your East and West, and then you would meet a month later up in the middle of nowhere.
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that. And then when did they merge? Like they did away with that format.
Well, our competition kind of just disappeared from, I want to say 2014, whatever. 2014 was the ice storm. I think 2015 or 16, our comp I don't know if they forgot to get insurance. They just blew the comp off. Then they held like a secret Masters, invited people back to try to send someone internationals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I complained to Glenn and told him to fix it. And then he became like the chair of the board for the competition and started bringing volunteers in, brought Rochi back into the scene, got Tatey back involved. Tatey came later. Tatey would never help out our comp for a while. He knows it. He's listening. I hope he's listening.
You can hear me.
He would help out in Jersey all the time, and then he finally forced his hand. Now he's head tech. I mean, he's what the competition needed too. And then Big Penn's 100% in, head judge. I mean, he brought all these people back in that just made our competition so much more worthwhile. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
it's impressive now.
Yeah. And for
It's
those of you
great.
that don't know, Glenn is your dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I complained to Glenn. I'm like, that's his
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, it's Mo Man.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's pretty
I
cool.
refer to him as Glenn.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just to touch on that a little bit, I'm sure there's listeners, because when we engaged with folks at Arbor Expo last year, we met some folks that were like father, son, family businesses.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of what we see in the industry in terms of like private little companies, right?
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
4-man teams, 5-man teams, less than 10, whatever. What's that dynamic like, working with your dad? And I mean, feel free to talk about,
Hard.
challenges, how you navigate some of that stuff, because there's definitely going to be people listening that, and listen,
Are
I'm
figuring it
sitting
out.
here, I'm working with my kid,
Yeah.
and we have a really great dynamic, and we're blessed by that. But there's been some little bumps, and occasionally, there's aggravation with one another, and
Oh, yeah.
we lock horns occasionally. So just
Well, I would say it's a little different, I think, compared to a lot of other family-ran businesses, because Glenn was a contract climber
okay,
from when he left Bartlett, 97, 98.
okay,
Contracted out 100% of the time. And he was a contract climber all the way up until 2015.
wow, okay,
And that was when I came home from Jersey, when I
Okay.
went to work for Chisholm.
yeah,
And we still didn't have truck chip, nothing. We were still subs. He subbed out, and then I subbed out. So I subbed for over 20 companies, going through all the way up to 2017.
and so you were each independent.
Yeah,
of one
so
another.
he would sub landscape crew and kind of like a silent partner, who's someone who split bucket trucks. He bought 2 bucket trucks with like another landscape tree guy.
Okay,
So they shared buckets. He climbed, did the bucket work. And so I would contract out and help him out on big jobs. And so we were technically subs,
yep,
but then it got to a point where we were subbing out so much of our clients. Like we had clients through
yep,
books and books. I mean, we had a big client sheet, and we would use different landscapers, the hardscapers, anyone who had truck and chipper. Hey, we'll sub you out for the day.
yep.
We got to get this job done. And it just got to a point where it pushed us to buy a truck and chipper.
Okay. Now, what year would that have been?
2019.
Okay,
It
so
was
not that long ago.
4 months before COVID.
Wow. Okay.
Bad time, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah, we
I
just
didn't realize-
started a company right now, but it worked. It didn't matter. We had the workload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
the
trial
stress
by
there.
fire too, right? You're immediately
Yeah,
pressed.
and we had so many people that were laid off not laid off, but sent home for COVID that we had tradesmen. We had like union plumbers in for us. We had guys who just showed up with lunch boots tied. Just hey, we'll do whatever. Awesome. We have giant jobs. We gotta get some
That's
stuff done.
awesome.
So, but definitely button heads. I mean, it's like 2 contract climbers, just 2 chiefs.
Yeah.
This is what it was. I mean, it was a tough dynamic because he didn't have like the best relationship with my grandpa
Okay.
through their business. So it was kind of like rough because he is one of those old school tree guys.
You mean your grandpa or your dad?
My dad's, he's one of those old school tree guys.
Yep.
It's kind of like barking orders here and there. It's just
Yep.
tough nose guys. Like
Yeah.
everybody's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, brass, but he used to teach me. It used to be school points. So when I was 17 years old, because I used to work every summer. This was
Okay.
my 21st summer, 22nd summer doing tree work.
Okay.
It'd be like a windy 30, 40 mile per hour winds, poplar. He would set the bucket up, throw me in the top of the tree, and put the bucket back down. He's like, here, take the tree down. Wind's ripping me apart. I'm getting all bumped and bruised, but he would give me 2 points that day. Stupid college, he would call his college credits,
That's
school
fantastic.
credits, and then be big dead, stone dead tree. Oh, yeah, go tip tie that stuff down. And I get credits. Storm work, you get credits. And I don't know what the credits built towards. Nothing. Just, I didn't get any, there was nothing. I didn't get a certificate at the end.
Each point's worth $50.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
there you get your knowledge and
Yeah,
everything. And then I just got to a point where I needed to work for a company without not stepping on toes of the people we contracted with. So hit up Chisholm.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad
that's
you're
where I
hitting
left. I left there. That was 24 days before Sandy.
Wow.
That's
You have
crazy.
there's a common theme I'm noticing.
You know what's
When you're
crazy?
about to go do something.
Yeah, I
like
make
massive-
bad decisions. It's just
Yeah.
bad
No,
decisions.
no.
Not bad
No.
decisions, but bad timing
Yeah,
on my
bad timing,
decisions. Yeah.
yeah.
It was that Monday I went in before Sandy, and Friday Sandy hit.
Wow.
I feel like that's kind of where, and that would have been what 20.
Well, right?
I think that's
2012,
where
yeah,
I kind of.
think
I think that might be kind of around when I met.
Because that's
you.
when the world was supposed to end, right?
so.
Wasn't it?
There
I
you
think
go.
that's when it was.
Yeah. No, definitely. From my memory, it's 2012. for
Yeah, I
sure,
think it was 2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was 4 days in.
Yeah, I kind of
You-
feel
you-
like because I had the connection with Mark and Steve, and like, whatever, going to things, and because you did work days with them and stuff too.
Yeah, I did
think.
work days. I always did the Jersey work day. Sorry, Pendel. Pendel makes you work.
Yeah,
Work.
yeah,
Everybody, you'd be hard-nosed work. Like, we'd take down like 25, 30 dead ash. Like, we'd be dying. Jersey felt like you did the same amount of work, but I guess more people showed up.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We get like 150 guys.
Yeah, and
yeah.
there'd be like 3-4 people on a tree.
Yeah,
It was so much fun. Like, I had a
Yeah.
blast there. Pendel was like one person. You get one ground guy, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is a
Yeah.
hard day of work.
yeah.
Wow.
But I think that's where I started to, because I remember you, in the blue shirt. You know what I mean? And I
I was
think
climbing in jeans till like 2015.
that's great. That's awesome.
It's interesting.
That's
yeah.
the old school, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
old
jeans.
school,
People used to
exactly.
laugh. My first
Yeah.
comp was in jeans. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I feel comfortable."
Yeah. It's what you're
That's
used to.
That's what I was
didn't
used
know
to.
that,
Yeah.
I love it.
So, how did you connect with Chisholm? Was it something like you saw him on Tree Buzz, or was it a relationship
Well,
your dad
Dad-
had, and he was kind of go work for these? Like, how did
I
that
interviewed
transpire?
him for my senior project in high school.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
So he was one of my interviews with a couple other contract climbers. I don't know if one of them's around anymore, but yeah, this guy Larry Canterban I interviewed, Thigpen interviewed, Chisholm I interviewed for my senior project on tree work. It was like Dying Breed.
That
was my,
that's
yeah.
cool.
That was my senior project. So I'd known Mark for like Tree Buzz is where I learned a lot
Yep.
from climbing, like different tendencies and climbing techniques, different devices on the market. Because Glenn didn't show me any of the progressives.
Yeah.
I had a Blake Sitch split tail for my first comp.
Yeah.
And it's not like I was in the 90s.
Yeah,
That was 2011.
Yeah,
I should have had a like HRC. I should have had a nice
yeah,
little hitch climber pulley was even out.
Yeah.
So after that first comp, I'm like, what am I doing wrong here?
Yeah.
But it still was fine. But that's what I used to do. Just Blake Sitched up my AR.
Yep.
I was pretty fast at doing that.
Yeah, wow.
But it helped. And then he learned. So I was like foot locking on some of his stuff with like a double Jumar foot lock. That's what I went up and found that like you shouldn't have two ascenders. You should have something for your backup should be somewhere close. I started learning more and more stuff. And Mark taught a lot of that stuff. Like stupid tendencies mixed with like old school tricks with new school progressive stuff. And that's where I just mixed my whole game to.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, it was a good time.
That's awesome. And how long did you stay there?
Just under 2 years.
Okay.
I think I would have probably stayed a little bit longer, but an ice storm hit us in 2014 and wrecked my area.
Yeah.
And then kind of like it was Glenn threw up a little white flag like, hey, and I was able to I was on a month-to-month lease, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like my landlord was fine with whatever I did.
Oh, that's cool.
So I
So
said,
you were
hey, I'm
living
out.
up. You were living up near Jackson.
Yeah, I was living in Freehold.
Okay.
I was in Freehold for that whole time.
All right.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A good experience though, and kind of.
Oh, it was fun.
What was like? Just what were maybe one or two or maybe three of, say, like aside from the just the technical stuff. What were some lessons you learned that you pulled out that you utilized or that had an effect on you? That aren't necessarily tree related, but more life related that you learned working with the Chisholms up there. Was there anything that stands out to you?
I would say almost all of it. I can't like pinpoint one exact thing. I think it showed me how to work with a crew because I never had a crew dynamic. From my dad being a contractor, follow him around, I would help out landscape crews. So I was technically at like the bottom of a totem pole.
Okay.
When I walked in, which was not weird, but I understood it. I was fine. I was there to work the ladder. I was there to learn how to run a job site properly and diagnose jobs, figure out like who's good at certain stuff. Like that was stuff that I learned a lot. And like a mentor for you, like a mentor for me would be Hugh.
Oh yeah.
Hugh was awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh, he was great. I mean, I could hang out with Hugh all day.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from that guy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, it's just stupid. And Brian Giza.
Yeah.
Learned a lot of pruning stuff from him, and he had a way of like tinkering with like he never bought anything new. He like made his own stuff,
Oh.
and that's where I got a lot of stuff from him. Like, oh, you made that? Oh, I can make that,
Yes,
That's cool.
yeah.
and stuff like that. But I mean, I learned how to work with a crew. I learned like once you got done in a day, you went and helped out another crew, and I think that dynamic, I think that showed a lot.
Well, that's leadership. Like you learn, that, like that's all important stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's good stuff.
And it was good to see, like, if you had a problem, like you go in Steve Senior's, like him and Laura be there sitting at the table after work, and I could just sit down and talk because I had no family.
Yeah.
I was kind of just on my own up here.
Yeah.
And I was like 21 years old, 20. I was like, now what do? I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I would just bounce ideas. Hey, I need help with this. Where do I go for this? So I could kind of bounce anything off there, and they were open. Their door was always unlocked.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come on in.
Yeah.
What do you need? It was simple. So I can't pinpoint anything directly.
Yep.
But I mean, the whole experience definitely shaped a lot moving
Awesome.
forward. I mean, I can't deny any of that.
Yeah.
It was too much fun.
That's cool.
And I rarely worked with Mark, too.
Yeah.
It was, people were like, oh, how was it? I was like, maybe 2 dozen times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
hard jobs, too. Like, me and Mark got pulled on a job. It was a hard job.
Yeah.
It was a hard job.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I think it's a good thing you point that out too, because I think a lot of people assume that
Yeah.
when you work with Aspen, you work with Mark Chisholm, and it's like, no, Aspen is large.
Mark works hard work.
And that's what I'm getting at. So like, it's a large company, and then
Yeah.
Mark's part of the company is hard work.
Walking through
So,
the woods,
yeah,
holding
what-
chainsaws above your head. Oh, before that Argo came involved, that was fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just I'm glad you pointed it out, because I'm sure listeners are like, well, you work with Aspen, it's like, no, it's a big company that's
Yeah.
doing really well, but Mark Chisholm, if you make it to that crew, you're working at on another level and consistent across.
But it's
the board.
fun. It was always fun because everybody knew you were doing hard work. So it's not like
it's
not a lot of
yeah.
mopes.
No.
Like, that's what I hate. It's like, hey, dude, we're all here. It's a hard job.
Yeah, and
Just bang this out.
and you make it fun by having fun with who you're with.
Oh yeah, anything could be fun.
Yeah.
Anything could be fun.
Yeah.
Even
So
though
that-
the job sucks, it's fun.
Exactly.
Well, that's a great question that I actually love. Like, you kind of prompted a question, which is good. So you said, and you quickly said it, like, not a lot of mopes. So we've all had mopes. I've been mopey, in the
Yeah.
past. I have to self-counsel sometimes. So I guess, like, what do you think is a good way? Like, as someone who's leading and you've got guys working, whether they be your own employees or like sub guys you bring in, what are some things that somebody listening can do to either help inspire, to do away with the mopes, or like, how do you navigate around it? Do you just,
That's the word, navigate. You have
curious.
to kind of find, like, that's your cycle.
okay.
Then you find the workers who understand this job is hard.
Okay.
There's no cheat. It doesn't matter how many machines, you're always going to have a hard day.
Yeah.
I think you just have to find those people first, and then even when they're having a bad day, it's if they see you doing it, like we just cut down an acre of privet hedge.
Oh God.
Wow, an acre.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
I was the
amazing
one-
how dense that stuff.
I made
like how much there
I was
is.
making most of the cuts on the because I mean you gotta basically crawl on the ground and then you gotta cut and then it's just nonstop. Your chain's popping off. It's just
Yep.
and I think if you're down in the mud
Okay.
with the guys,
Yeah.
I think it just kind of carries on to them.
Okay.
That's what you at least hope
Yeah.
that hey, I recognize this guy's my boss, but he's there doing the same dirty work we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that helps out a lot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it might not inspire them, but at least
Yep.
they'll be like, all right, let me just get my head out of my ass and I'll just
It's,
dig deep here and just go.
and go for it.
Just there's no easy way to go around it.
Yeah. It's cool because I hear two things. I hear one, you said something about getting guys. It's about getting the right people on the bus because let's face it, some people are
They just won't do it.
They're just mopes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's a thing. Other times you can be a good person who's not a mope and you're having a mopey day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, and it's to me, it's like classic old school monkey see, monkey do leadership
Yeah.
stuff. So if you're willing to kind of like roll the sleeves up,
Yeah,
Lead
you don't
by
have to be the
example.
toughest or strong. You don't have to be that. Hey, if you're just willing to just
Willing.
not care, like, hey,
Mhm.
this sucks. Even if you don't have to drag 30 branches at once. You don't have to be the
Right.
big burly. You could 1 or 2 branches does the same efficiency. Do that 100 times. There you go.
Just
Tree's
keep
gone.
moving.
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It gets day gets done. I don't work till 5. It's not happening.
Yeah. Yep.
So we get the faster you get the job done. Let's go home.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to add to the whole mope scene? Because I know you deal with some mopes
Where
once
do
in a
I
while.
start? Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, is there anything like you
No,
that you do specifically to inspire you along the same lines with Jake type of thing? Or
you know, because I've learned a little bit from you as far as being direct,
Yeah.
but I'm more direct. I'm like, it's a mix of both. Like, first of all, I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm always in it.
Yeah.
Because I love what I do, even when it sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because think about it, this is where you get romantic and all this stuff. How good can the days be if you don't have bad days? I believe in that. Meaning, let's just say this beautiful, like you and Derek just had a great job.
Yeah.
The big oak, massive, right? 100
Yeah.
feet, 100 wide or whatever. That was a great day, right?
Yeah. For the most part.
But you've had some shitty days that made that a better day.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So I already have that mindset to begin with. Like, some stuff sucks, but I'm in it. It's all part of like how you build towards something else. So to add to your point, I'm in it. So right off the bat, whoever's mopey can't really be mopey with me at this point. I'm in it. So what are you moping about?
Yeah.
Because anything you're gonna say, I'm already in it with you. It's the same thing.
Oh.
So it's like if we're outside and you say it's raining, I'm gonna be like, I know, I'm in the rain with you. Like why are you telling me it's
My
raining?
guys won't call me
They'll call you.
when
Yeah.
it's raining because they know I'm already I'm out here.
Yeah.
I'm sending you an address in 5 minutes.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
You have to if you don't want to work. Hey,
Say
call
it.
in. Just
Just say
text
it.
me. Hey, tell me I'm not coming. Fine.
That's fine.
fine. But just know the money's there. You want to come in? Let's
There
go.
you go. Exactly.
I'll-
Exactly. So
it's fine.
therefore, with that,
like
if you do come in, I address it up front. I'm like, listen, there's an energy, there's a vibe that you have. I'm not saying you have to change it, but understand I'm not sympathetic to it at all.
Yeah.
We have to do this thing. So I would like you to shift it so that we have a good time, and then you
Yeah.
can go back to being mopey when you go home.
Yeah.
So that's how I deal with it.
I really like that.
Not a lot of people can deal with it because it's like they want something for the mopiness, but I just don't.
Where they expect it. Like it's worse with storm work.
Yeah.
See a lot
Yeah,
more than that
sure,
because
sure.
it's like Saturday, Sunday. We already put in like 50, 60 hours
Yes.
this week. And then they're like, people come in, we get extra help, and they just start off by complaining. The more like, oh my God, we have this. It's like, what do you think just happened? A tornado basically just touched our area.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you in to have a good time today. I need bodies. I need,
Yeah.
like,
Bodies. Yeah.
I'm here dragging, we're all dragging little pieces, like nothing a machine can grab.
Yeah.
Like a tree just destroyed 60 trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it sucks. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. It's fine with me.
Yep.
It's not going to make any difference on the price. Hey, just one less body I'm charging for. Hey, we'll just keep going through this.
Yep.
And that's the stuff I see a lot during storm work. But like heavy snowfall,
Yeah.
guys
sure.
always. But we get 2 inches of rain. Hey guys, call today. I'm
Yep.
calling it today.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
No one wants to work at 2 inches of rain. You
Correct.
can't look up in 2 inches.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I see it and it says half an inch of rain expected over the next 12 hours, it's like, we can do that.
You can manage that. No
but
problem.
if it's like, like 1 to 2, you're just like, you know what? Live
Yeah.
to fight another day. All the ropes, the gear, it's going to be wet,
Stop.
sloppy, muddy.
Like if I offered late
know.
starts, like if you have that heavy
Sure.
rainfall,
Yep.
hey, you guys want to just come in around 9?
Yep, we do the same.
Start by then, or you come in now, just hang out, sharpen salt. I don't care, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And most sides, they're like, hey, we'll just come in around 9.
Yeah.
Works for us.
I like that.
Fine, whatever. You want to do a late start, that's fine. Or we call today, work Saturday, whatever. I'll make sure. I try to guarantee 40.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Try to guarantee 40 all the time.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Give
I
an
like,
opportunity.
I like what you said about shifting the sort of the mood, because you can actually, be a little bit of a vessel, right, for that change. And it's funny because I used to be a little more old school, like with my older crews, in those, like, we started in 93, but say like 93 to maybe 03, it was a little more like, probably more like Glenn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like just,
yeah.
I came up old school. I came up hard. Like, it's just like, stop with the crying. We got to go.
Yeah,
and
sure.
like my kids actually help soften that a little bit, not just by having them, but having them out on cruise, like
Yeah.
Michaela and
Oh,
whatever. And they're just like, hey, and I'm like, okay. And then growing as a person, trying to realize. But like we just coming in on Monday, sometimes people have a different dynamic coming off a weekend, and
Mondays are always that.
trying to give them that. Like we had a nice little chat, like we were doing this morning. And it's just that conversation, like, hey guys, it's Monday. I understand, like, what'd you do this weekend? Like just shifting it, but not being hard about it. But leaving that space to let people just kind of like find their feet. And like we have one new guy, and I'm like, he goes by Cove. I'm like, hey man. He's like, yeah, it kind of feels like a Monday. I'm like, you know what? It will, until you start to put some debris on the ground. And I'm not being funny, but literally like, you come in, clock in, get your truck ready, put your stuff in the truck, drive out to the job. You're going to be contending with your own head until you start to make some cuts.
Yeah.
And then you'll pick up like it was last week.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's Tuesday and you're good.
Yeah.
Shifting that dynamic. They're tools that we need to know, like as individuals, when we're having like a poopy pants kind of day. But we also, as a leader, you got to be able to shift others. So I like how, I think that's,
no avoiding that hard work, but moping, it just is what it is. It makes the job, it brings all the charisma down.
Yeah.
It's more, you get the job done faster where everyone's having a good time.
I agree.
Yes, there you go, and that's my goal.
Yeah.
And just a quick question: the people that you have working with you, they're consistent, right?
Yeah, they are consistent.
Yeah. So like, there's a relationship more than just tree work.
I'm hard on them.
No,
I'm hard on them.
I'm not surprised.
And I give them enough rope like to hang themselves with. I do. I give them plenty. Hey, I'm willing to let you go to a point where you either screw up or you're just doing something real. Yeah. Hey, what are we doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't want to cut corners. I'd rather you take an hour trying to get something set right than you just do it in 20 minutes and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you could get yourself killed or somebody, because that's like the hard, honest truth. Like this job does not forgive you.
No.
Like it's relentless on our bodies, and it's just brutalized. I mean, there's too much casualties, too much injuries for stupid mistake or a cut corner just because, like, what's that Friday mentality? Checking out earlier that first thing Monday morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. The Monday thing for me has almost been by design as part of our safety thing.
Yeah.
Because I know so much of what we do is mindset. Like the body is one thing, but the mental side of it.
Oh, yeah.
To come in and just not be on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then
you can tell. If you've been around if you've had guys for multiple years, you could tell in it. Like, yo, what's up? What's up your ass today?
Yeah.
What's going on? You got problems? Like, what's up? Well, they're like, I got a car towed, or my car up. Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Glad we got it out. All right. Okay, now I know where we are today.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need to make phone calls, you need to do stuff, go ahead. Just give me a heads up.
Well,
don't go missing.
That was my point I was trying to get at. If you have consistent guys, you do have a relationship that goes past the work itself.
Yeah.
It might not be a great brotherly but it's enough.
Doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. But that's my point. Like if there's a car issue, you help that person with a car issue, and now that vibe changes when he's on the job site with you. So the point I'm getting at is you're building a relationship. The depth of it is depending on if two people want to take it.
Yeah,
it's fine if it's superficial, because a lot of people I work with for the municipality, it's very superficial, and I don't need anything. But
small business is hard to be super. I don't need superficial. I don't need to know everything in your personal life, but I do need to know some. Where's your head game? Like, what's going at? Well, are you trying to buy a house? You got a kid coming on the way?
No. Yeah,
I need to know.
Yeah, no. So what I mean by superficial is they're only willing to share the little bit of stuff that is bothering them.
Yeah.
If they're okay, they're like not willing to share anything. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's fine. So, if you don't want to give up any details, it's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I mean. But like a kid, I have a baby on the way. But of course it's gonna bother
huge.
You. It's huge. Yeah,
especially the first one.
Especially the first one.
That's something. All right.
Yes. Yeah. But my point is the depth of it is depending on two people wanting to have it, that level of it.
Yeah.
So the relationship. The relationship of how that works, you can only shift that energy if you can connect on at least a more superficial level. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't, then you're going to have the issue with shitty attitudes on the job site, which always ends up being an issue in some way, shape, or form down the road.
Yeah, later on. Or it could be could cost a job site, could cost a job.
Yeah.
stuff like that for something very minuscule.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yes.
Yeah. Majority of the time it is something stupid. You're like, damn, could have caught this earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've asked this question before because we're on this topic. I've asked it of myself and I've asked it of others. And this is kind of why we like having people like you on, because right away we're talking about mindset.
Yeah.
Right away we're talking about the importance of like dealing with our headspace when we're on a job that's as difficult as this. So for you, and this is the way I frame it oftentimes is, you know, you come out of winter and you're almost like a little bit of a pent up animal, right? The days have been shorter, you know, maybe you lost more days because of snow and ice or whatever. Yeah. And man, those first warm days start to happen maybe early March and you're ready to go. But then we start and we roll all the way till now. Like we've been grinding through the hard, hot summers and things like that. And we all can find ourselves in a spot where we're dry, we're questioning our life decisions. I'm joking, but I'm serious.
No, it's 100%.
So what are a few things when let's just say it goes a little more than a mopey day for you, like you're having a crappy day, you know,
crappy week.
Yeah, like it's a week, or you're in a cycle, and you're just like, man, and you're contending with yourself. What are a couple things that help you navigate those things? How do you bounce yourself out of? What are some internal dialogue conversations you might have, or some things you might do that, you know, like maybe you step away, maybe you buy a new piece of gear, maybe you attend a show. Like, what are some things that work for you?
Usually in the past, well, I used to travel for competitions, and that used to be my big, like, that was my vacation break.
Okay.
Like from the everyday grind.
Okay.
I don't have as many opportunities now.
Okay.
Just because family and trying to grow a business.
Yep.
I would say like a complete day off.
Okay.
But weekend, like Saturday, like no estimates. Like turn the phone off. Like I'm not answering a client's phone call this weekend. I'm not going to deal with any nonsense. Okay, truck broke. I don't care. Just I want a weekend, just nonstop, just hang out with the kids, go get some drinks, go to dinner. I think that's my mental checkout now.
Okay.
And usually that gives me enough where Monday's fine, but I think I've been in it forever.
Yep.
It's all I've ever known is tree work.
Yeah.
So I've never wanted to be out of it.
Okay.
So even on my hardest days, hardest weeks, hardest month, it's like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm a tree climber. Like, the money aspect, never looked at it. It's like, hey, I can just always go climb a tree. It's pretty simple, and that's usually my biggest escape is like a hard day of rigging up in the tree.
Okay.
And I don't bring my phone up anymore. You can see I'm pretty much like never on social media anymore unless someone takes pictures. I never bring my phone up in a tree anymore unless it's something rare where I'm like, oh, I'm climbing with Derek. Let me get some videos up there. But no, that's my mental checkout.
Okay.
When it's a nice rigging day where I'm just got to lower this whole tree out.
Mm-hmm.
And I can that to me is like my zen.
That's awesome.
Like where I just have to create a nice plan in my head, like gonna swing all these branches over the house, swing it over the dogwood trees, like butt tie a couple logs down. It'll be that to me is my escape. I think now I don't think I can do something else to escape because it's always going to be on my mind.
Sure.
I don't know anything else.
I
bust tables for maybe a couple nights. But I did tree work, spring break, winter break, summer break. I just always been involved.
What you're starting with your dad, but is there anybody in that circle that you would possibly have a conversation with as part of like, yo, I'm in a slump, or is that?
No, that's not me and Glenn talks.
As
much as it's just not. It's just we're not that. It's like I always laugh at like the one Die Hard movie. He's like, oh, we're not a hugging family. Definitely not a hugging family. It's like, what do you mean? Like chin up.
I understand. Yeah.
It's hard nosed. It was very blunt.
Yes.
It shaped exactly who I am.
Yeah.
But I just like the no feelings things. I'm not the guy without feelings, but I'm never wearing that on my sleeve. It's just, hey, sucks. This week sucks, guys.
Yeah.
But then I'm still like, hey, go grab a beer or let's go cut some trees down. It's simple. I'm never gonna hang it. Never gonna let it ruin my day. Like it's not gonna carry on. When I go home, sometimes I need 20 minutes. Like the drive home is huge. think a drive home for me is huge. Like from a work site, depending on the work site. Like, yeah, the decompress.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when the job site's like 15 minutes from the house, like, damn.
Now you can make the long loop.
It's like, yeah,
Like,
or
all
there's
the
a
way
little bit
around.
more traffic or something like that to kind of just get myself out of that zone. But when I the kids are a great escape.
Yep.
That's always a fun time for me. But I don't have anything else for that. I just I try my best.
Yeah.
Wait, if someone turns for me for help, I'll absolutely I'll be in here all day.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with it. I'll hang out with you all damn day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But other than that, for me, there's no with Glenn. It's like, oh, okay. We'll cry about it. And I'm like,
That's actually
you're like, shut up.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
But then I'm back to normal. Kind of just brings you right back.
Yeah.
It humbles you down. It just brings me back to how everything was around my grandpa's yard and everything. My grandpa's yard used to have sand pits. People were upset.
Yeah, which, dude, I think
they just scrap it out in the back.
Deal
of
with
the,
it,
hey,
shake hands,
deal with
get
it.
back.
It's over.
Yeah,
not carrying on to my job site.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, are your grandpa were you too young to know him, or you kind of?
No, I knew him. He died when I was 17.
Oh, so okay, all right. And I'm assuming
cancer, stubbornness.
Yeah.
You got cancer, never told anybody.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
So how old was he when he passed?
He's 70.
Wow, yeah. So by
He's
today's
young.
standards,
It's 6-7 months later. My grandma found out because the doctor called. Hey, he hasn't been in for any treatments. Stubborn Kentucky dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Stubborn old tree guy.
So
He was gonna beat cancer with a freaking axe.
yeah,
That was his mentality.
That was his mindset.
Yeah, like no way.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's funny talking to we mentioned Derek a couple of times. When talking to Derek, he was in here, and same with Katie, as I remember. Like lots of conversations around your dad, and Pete Thomas.
Yeah.
So there's some talk, and some of us that know, some of us that were taught by those guys that your pop and Pete. I guess they were somewhat innovators, back in the day, or.
Yeah,
do you know
big time? I know it. I know it all. There was all
some things
happening on the yards.
Talk to me a little bit about, like, let the listeners know, like, what, because it's funny. It's one thing, like, we're here, we know each other.
Yeah.
The listeners are in there like, all right, who's this guy? We're talking as if the people listening know who these guys are.
Well, they were. It's funny because Glenn tells. Well, they have different story, different apps because I was younger and I'm just off the hearsay when those guys used to come back from shows and. Like all the beginning, but they were like the contract climbers back in when they left Bartlett, and then my uncle left my grandpa because my dad and my grandpa had a real bad rocky relationship.
Okay,
Just was the stubbornness of an old tree guy. It just butted heads completely 100% of the time. But they started a lot of the rigging techniques, and I mean, he learned a lot from some of the old foremans at Bartlett.
Okay, yeah.
Who is it? Bob
Timmons.
Bob Timmons. Yeah,
I worked with him.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. So he helped my old man learn some rigging, and then learning from what my grandpa taught him.
Yep.
Like the large removals, and then he mixed it with what Bob showed him, and then him and my uncle just like the fishing pole technique and stuff like that, and midline and shackles, and putting midline points in your tree and finding out lifting systems.
That's cool.
I think it was like Rick met my old man back in the day when they were picking trees up.
Okay.
I think they were both at like getting stuff from the same boating store and figuring stuff out like that. But these guys were just two hippie looking tree guys.
Yep.
They really were. They were a bunch of tree rats. They just were what they were. They just ripped trees apart, and they were like kind of like a dynamic duo on contract jobs.
Okay.
They would do the jobs. It was like you get the crane, I get the job.
Okay.
That was their mentality.
Yeah.
So they helped a lot of rigging, and like Glenn was doing crane instruction mid 90s, early 90s, and that's where he met Mark.
Okay.
Mark attended one of his crane seminars or crane jobs.
Perfect.
It was forever ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it is,
You said
So I have all the I have like all the VHS. Like they started recording, I guess, 95, 96. So we have videos of competitions, international climbs, big rigging trees, like stuff that failed. Like they're failing. Like we used to test a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would test the brake, and that's some scary stuff. You're like, can we break it? Of course, you break anything, you load
Sure.
a tree into it.
Yep.
But they were like ratcheting trees where the tree they were ratcheting, that tree uprooted. This tree, everything's uprooted. Now you got a whole problem where you got to take down a whole woods. But they were doing stupid stuff like that, trying to figure out stuff. And they wrote pages and articles for the ISA a while back.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say, because I understand it that kind of like they're part of the origins of that the next level rigging mindset. But was that happening elsewhere in the country with other groups of people at the same time?
Yeah. Prophet.
Profit.
Yeah, Prophet was he was big into it. He was a big innovator. At the same time with Pete, he met Pete and Glenn.
Yeah.
Forget what show, but they kind of like bouncing emails and
Yeah.
like
And
it wasn't
then,
like just
like built. Yeah.
it was quick reactions. Nowadays, you send a quick text. It was like
Yeah.
you wouldn't see someone for 4 or 5 months, and you don't know how far along they
took it,
got.
yeah.
The advancement. Yeah. Okay.
But the contract climbing scene helped out a lot. That's when he brought Thigpen, Katie, Joey Cornell, I think, was part of that. I think they were all contract climbing.
That's cool.
yeah, it's awesome.
It's funny you mentioned the boating store. There used to be a place up in Collingswood called M&E Marine. And my first boss, Stan Wrigley, I've mentioned him on here before, used to shop there at the boating store. And he's an old school guy. He's in his late, I don't think he's 80 yet, but he's still out doing tree work.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I learned a lot of and it's kind of weird when you work in like we talk about the fishbowl, and there's one story I tell. I'm actually just going to share because it was kind of a cool concept. He had these boating ropes, these big like 2-inch hawsers that you would like lash ships to the docks with and stuff. So we had a fetched big red oak that pulled a stump shot and was laying canopy in these other trees. And he's like, go up here. We didn't even use throw balls. Like I was climbing and setting ropes. And he literally had me take these hawsers and we pulled them up and we basically basketed under this tree.
Yeah.
And pre-tensioned everything.
Yeah.
And cradled
And
the
held
tree
it.
with these shipping ropes.
Yeah.
Then he's up in this tree and he's like tied into an adjacent tree in a high tie-in, probably with I think we weren't even using 1/2-inch 3-strand. It was like a 5/8 or maybe like a 9/16 3-strand with a snap swivel and a taut line hitch. And he's like spidering down and he's like taking this top, unfetching it, and the tree's like settling into these
It's settled,
ropes.
this rope stretch.
And then we just got to a point where the whole head was off and we just lowered this whole tree to the ground. That was like,
that's pretty cool.
Then those trees die 2 years later.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You lower big trees out of big trees.
It was just like some of
Crazy.
the things I saw as a young guy. And you talk about the romance. I say it's one of the few remaining like romantic trades, but seeing that kind of stuff as a 20-year-old guy or whatever, I'm just like, my mouth's hanging open, and that he had the guts to be up there. And so I love hearing those old stories. And it's cool that your dad was part of that and actually taking some of that knowledge and writing, like thinking enough to put this stuff on paper. Because I remember I remember seeing the fishing pole technique from someone. Yeah. Like might even have been in a magazine, in an article, and then implementing it.
Yeah, it works.
So I would love to like in one of my old shelves dig it if I still have that.
I think Chris
cool.
has it. Chris Gerard.
Oh yeah, well
He
Chris
has a lot of that old school
He's
stuff.
so cool, man.
Oh yeah, he's got all the nostalgia. I mean, he's got every damn article that was ever written. It's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's funny because Chris flies under the radar for a lot of folks.
Yeah,
and you know what I say, and this. Hopefully, this doesn't come off wrong to the listeners, but there are some folks in every walk of life. That are full of themselves. Yeah. Right? They're cocky.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you're walking by someone on a trade show floor and you're puffy.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm not saying it for my benefit, but like someone like Chris, like your dad.
Yeah.
These old school, hardcore developers of things.
Yeah.
And you dismiss like the old dude kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're walking past.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like there's people that have kind of and this is why I've always had a reverence, and this is what I love about Chris. He has a reverence for those that have come before us.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the things, like, I revere our history as a trade. Like,
Oh, it's awesome.
you know, there's that old logger book, like Tough Men and Tall Tales or something like that. But it's like, you know, I just say, like, for those people that, you know, there was no social media back then.
No,
These guys were laboring through it. Like you said, having phone calls or going to a show. I didn't see my buddy for 4 or 5 months or once a year. There was
like, where you at?
There was 2 trade shows. There was ISA and NAA, which became TCIA.
Yeah.
And they were the only times you got to see anybody. We have
Yeah.
so many more opportunities now to disseminate information, which is a benefit.
Oh, it's wild.
But, you know, you mentioned social media, like, we're putting stuff up, which is great, but also there's a backside to it.
Yeah.
You know, I always say it's almost like you're in a car, having a car issue on the road.
Yeah.
And somebody's road raging, and they go to pull this person out of a car to, like, beat them up, and they don't realize it's like Chuck Norris.
Yeah, you're like,
You know, and all of a
man,
sudden,
wrong move.
like, be careful who you're, you
Yeah.
know, casting dispersions about, because
exactly.
some of these old dudes that came before us, like, helped build the industry, I guess is kind of what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
like Glenn and Pete were doing 10-ounce throw balls
Mm-hmm.
instead of the big.
Yeah,
freaking
the rubber
cannonballs.
ones.
Yeah, dude.
So they were weighting with lead weight and tennis balls and plastic dipping them. 10-ounce, 8-ounce, and that's what they used for the competitions in like '93. When it was kind of like when like Bob Weber came back from. He's like friends with my old man, so he
Okay.
came back from France or Europe somewhere, and he had these little small Prussics.
Yeah.
And that's when he first won his world title. And he was showing Pete and Glenn, so they started splicing their own
Yeah.
Prussic cords. And that's when he found out which rope sucked.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
Got it, yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed in any competition
Yep.
because no one understood the splice.
Yep.
They just didn't understand the
Yeah.
dynamic of it. And him and my old man and Pete were splicing ropes in the basement,
That's crazy.
doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And then you don't realize it's stupid stuff until now, like as an adult, like me and Derek at a
Yeah.
bar joking about stupid stuff, finding out what ropes get stuck in a tree, what gets stuck. You're like, oh, it is stupid stuff until you find out what works and what doesn't work. And it's pretty funny that same innovators, everybody's innovating every day.
Yes, correct.
But you gotta make stupid
Yeah.
mistakes.
Definitely.
You're like, wow. Like me and Derek in that tree, it was so funny. We had all that nonsense in the top of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
The cannabis, we're trying different things.
Yeah.
Mine got stuck. Derek forgot to clip a retrieval line. He had to go back up in the tree and undo all this whole spider web. You're like, man, we would have never did this 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have
There
been
you go.
Yeah.
base ties and just simple stuff, but
Yeah.
we're trying to figure new ways out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the only way to do that is get stuff stuck
Yep.
or
True.
break stuff.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
when SRT first came out, we were just dropping through unions,
Yeah.
breaking redirects.
Yep.
Breaking, you shift back into the
Oh,
tree. I
okay,
mean, you
got
just
it,
found
got it.
out where those forces, you didn't understand angles, like
Yeah.
on how much force you were pulling off a base tie, a cannon base. I mean, you understood a little bit, but
Yeah.
there's no paperwork on that.
No.
You have your vector forces everyone tries to explain, but
Sure.
you don't know the dynamic of that tree. That tree
No.
could be all screwed up in the canopy.
Exactly.
Well, I always think about, we talked earlier about included bark, you know, if
Yeah.
the union's closed and you see a branch bark ridge, you kind of assume it's a solid union, but
Yeah.
you don't know what's in
I
there,
have no clue.
no,
you know,
no idea.
and you start yanking on that thing. I mean, I remember the very first time being at a class learning that the force was doubled at my rigging point. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that makes total sense.
Makes sense.
It was always eyeball and feel, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have a couple
Three
limbs
men-
rip off past.
Three guys pull on it.
Yeah.
Like, solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the worst thing you could do to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's interesting, and I love the fact that guys are still doing that testing. And before we had this property here, I used to do stuff like that in my garage, throwing ropes over the rafters, got the wood stove going,
Yeah.
trying to figure out, and it was like Mark coming back from France with the VT or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, what?
Yeah, you come
know,
back. And
like,
even like I used to read the old rappel books. That's how
Yeah.
I learned a lot is rappel and on rope.
yes.
And those books like that, I think that people just kind of like still to this day never even look at those
Yep.
things, but they're so beneficial. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
if any tree climber from the 80s went to Europe and saw some cavers or some rock climbers using stuff, you're like, why are we doing it this way?
Yeah.
Why not using a sender?
Yes. Yeah, that whole that
It's crazy.
No,
They've been around.
Simple.
it,
Right?
it is. That interdisciplinary crossover that started to come in. When I think about like that first Butterfly One like saddle that came in where they were integrating at least the structure of a rock saddle when all we had were butt strap leather belts with D-rings.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember putting that thing on at a show and hanging in it and just being like, it was like a
Like,
whole...
this is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Big Ben still climbs on it.
Dude, it changed my whole climbing style. Like, completely just changed me as a climber, you know?
Definitely.
So,
That's all I ever know. So I kind of got lucky there. I had Ken Palmer's saddle or whatever in 20, I don't know, 2006 or whatever. I have a Buckingham model. So I always ever
is it
known
one of the
that.
blue and orange ones?
Yeah, the one with the rope bridge failed.
Yeah.
They had to redo the whole rope bridge.
Wow.
But that was stuff like that. So I always had that, but I had old school. I was doing a Blake stitch forever. I mean, there's a picture. I climbed with Weber when I was 17, big oak down in Maryland, and he's like using all this fancy like stuff that he learned, and I'm still on a Blake stitch split tail. I was like, damn, I gotta get that.
I gotta do that.
I gotta get that.
Exactly.
I was on that Samson, like that blue rope, that safety blue rope.
Yep.
That's what I climbed on.
Wow. That's cool, though. Hey.
Lean back a little bit.
Okay.
Bring the mic with you.
Lean back.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
I don't want to lean back.
But it was fun. Like, you get to climb with all those other climbers. Like Gareth Peoples, like the first person that I saw do SRT.
Okay.
Like work positioning off of it. And
Yeah.
I was 15. He just tied a base anchor. His rope was tied across the yard on another neighboring tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And went up and spiked the line with an alpine, clipped the pulley, and worked double rope off. And I was like, that was awesome. Then I get another contract climber. Like the next day, comes in from my dad's buddy, who I worked for. Guy sucked. He was like, I realized he thought some guys were heroes and some guys weren't heroes.
Yeah.
And some guys were just trying to make $1 and just kind of just fighting through it and didn't want to give up their old tendencies of just hard-nosed spiking up a tree. Not even trying to set a line prior. And I'm like, so this guy yesterday get up that tree in 2 seconds. Where are you at? Oh, I don't do any of that. Why? I hate those guys that never like push the envelope.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm stuck on this way. I'm going to keep doing it. Why don't you just try?
Yeah.
Just try single line access. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do single rope,
Mm-hmm.
double rope. Do whatever you want to do with the tree. Just get up the tree. The guy's just spiking up.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way up to 2018, I still climbed with a guy at no hard hat, spiked up trees. Badass tree guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hard nose, badass tree guy. He could run circles around people on removal. He is what he is.
Yep.
It's what he did.
Yep.
Never wore a hard hat. Never wore one. Still won't. It doesn't matter. Hand him. But I would call him during any storm work, dude. I need someone who could cut.
Yeah.
And wouldn't even think twice about it. He fine. Dude was a savage.
Yeah.
Still is a savage.
Wow.
It's impressive, right?
It's crazy. I can't believe he lasted this long.
There you go. That's it. That's
Being
exactly
60
what
years
I said.
old without any type of safety, just, hey, I don't know how you made this without an injury, without anything. It's impressive to me.
But even his body, the endurance of
Still doing it.
Yeah.
He still run. He was running like 5-6 miles a week still.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Gave him credit. I was like, dude, I don't know how you do it, but love you to put on an $80 helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder.
$80 helmet.
Excuse me. I wonder a lot of times, because I know there's always a learning curve, right? When you implement a new technique, a new piece of gear, quite frankly, even a new loader, like a new piece of equipment, right? There's your productivity may dip before it takes back off, and I think that really trips a lot of people up. They won't. They're not willing to, and. You know, I've rubbed up against it myself when you're on a job and you're trying to produce and you're standing there and you're going, okay, you know, I can flip line up this spruce and I can flip line, and pop the top. And cut. That's the way I've always done it.
Yeah.
And it's quick and it's
I
efficient.
still do that, now, but with a double lanyard now, it's a whole different ball game. It's a little bit more safe, but there's certain trees are like, why are you messing around with a throw ball? It's like 45 feet tall.
Yeah.
Let's just bang this out, or I'll throw a rope up and just get up. It's simple. Sometimes don't forget those ways.
Correct. Yeah, it brings me to the right.
Don't
You
forget 'em.
want to have that tool bag and you just want to load them all in, but you need them in there so you can choose the application that's necessary. So we mentioned something I want to kind of like segue into something because I know you're into this, and
Yeah.
sort of all three of us are. You mentioned about the 60-year-old guy doing it the old school way, and his body holding up, and that he ran. I do like to talk so the listeners can understand about the wear and tear on the body and some strategies that you might have in terms of like the work itself, taking load off, but also how do you rest, recover? How do you eat? You know, the types of things that, you know, I think it's important because a lot of times, you know, and I think all the way back when Desmond was on, I talked about like the hoagie or the hot dog at the 7-Eleven, you know.
Oh my God.
Guys are hungry. It's like, oh, I want a hot dog. And it's just full of crap and the bun. And it's just like, it's been on there for 3 hours, but give me 3 of them.
Guys would have a pretzel and cigarettes at lunch, and they'd be like, "That's your lunch?
Yeah.
That's it?"
So what importance is it to you? Why do you think it's important? And for the listeners, like, I just want folks listening to understand that to do it long term, to have your body hold up, like, what's important to you? Why is it important? And what are some of the things you're doing to take care of yourself on multiple levels, you know?
I did martial arts young.
Okay.
I did martial arts all the way up, all the way out to high school.
Mm-hmm.
I think stretching, no
Okay.
reason to ever deny stretching. Just not. When I first got into the comps, like 21, 22, and then I started going for gold, I was in yoga. I did yoga from like 5 a.m. to like 6:30. Then I would go to work.
Wow.
And then I would lift after work. But now kids, I can't do yoga in the morning. That's not happening. But I still do stretch. I try to do 20, 30 minutes of stretching every morning. But I lift 3 to 5 days a week heavy. No small stuff, like heavy weights.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in it.
Yeah.
I lifted my whole life playing football.
Mm-hmm.
I just think my body needs that.
Yeah.
But there's some days, like if I hard day climbing all week,
Mhm.
I won't do any shoulders. Like I do believe in that stress. Like I was getting partial tears in my triceps and my
Interesting.
biceps from lifting after work.
Yeah.
So then I picked up rock climbing, like bouldering.
Mhm.
I couldn't like operate chainsaws the next day. I was like in love with it. I was doing it like 4 nights a week. I got a gym membership and I just started
Just like
doing
just,
that. Oh, I was
like
useless
stuck,
the next day.
Wow.
But I think I'm a firm believer you should be working out after because I think you get muscle memory
Okay.
in tree work. I think there is a point where you don't feel it or anything. Like even if there's guys that have back pain, but as soon as they get in a tree, there's no back pain. Or there's stuff that like, oh, I'm sore, or
get that.
I'm sick, and I'm not sick in the tree. You don't have that aspect. I think it's just all you're used to it.
Yeah.
It's just routine. But I believe I work out aggressive at least for a 30, 40-minute session after work or before work, whatever works out to my schedule. At least get a minimum of 3 days that week.
Okay.
At a minimum. And then I've always been healthy, organic, that whole nonsense.
Good.
I've been part of that nonsense forever.
Yeah, dude,
I think I get more energy out of it. I'm able to recover faster. I just never find an issue. Like I never see a reason to not be that way.
Yeah.
Like I do the shakes. I do everything. I mean,
That's awesome.
I do it all. I'm a big advocate for that. For way you eat, definitely translates.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Translates through everything.
Yep.
So there's no wrong reason.
No.
It's expensive. That's the only wrong reason.
It really is. It is. My wife and I talk about that all the time. It's actually ridiculous.
It is. It's the only thing.
Yeah, astronomically
It is.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it feels like it should be less.
Should
you
be
know?
the cheapest.
It's like easier to do.
The
You know? It's
organic
like-
stuff, there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
Just letting it grow.
Yeah, there's no pesticides or
Nothing.
you know.
You don't get it all time of year, I think. But I'm a big advocate for health. I mean, there always will be. My sister and brother-in-law are big-time trainers.
Yeah.
So I can bounce stuff through them, see what they're getting involved with. Stuff I like protein intake, I'm big on.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So when you're lifting, do you have specific, like, are you are you doing, like you say you lift heavy? Is it just you're doing like more traditional, like tris, bis, chest, back, legs, or are
I
you
go
doing
upper,
some
lower.
big? Okay.
I do upper lower because I used to do that, break it down,
Yep.
but it didn't help with, say I had a big poplar prunes, like 4 or 5 times that week. I obviously didn't want to do any of my shoulders or any of my biceps. And so I wanted to do more chest or something like that. So I definitely changed just upper, lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's helped me out a lot. I do a lot of leg, a lot of lower back stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have issues, knock
good.
on wood, but
Yeah,
I just
exactly. Yeah.
I believe it helps
Yeah.
tremendously. I think muscles
Do you
perfect for it. Just keep lifting.
'cause I feel the same way. Do you? 'Cause what I've been incorporating is bodybuilding is good,
Yeah.
but it's one dimensional, linear kind of. Where
Yeah.
I've been making sure I can add to rotational movements.
Yeah.
So I still bodybuilding is always there, but I'm also adding all these things in there. So I have it's flexibility, but it's just strength rotational kind of a thing.
Yeah,
they
so
actually-
do you?
I add a
play
couple
with
of
that?
like I
Yeah.
call them auxiliaries. I put my auxiliaries after.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do like
That's- yep.
different variations of your lunges and your core lifts
Yeah, okay.
and stuff like that. That's what I do. I do all the rope and
okay.
a lot of pull ups, a lot of dips. Like try to keep a lot of calisthenics mixed in. Try to not like
Yep.
kill myself, but I'm totally like it all depends on what I did that week.
That's good though.
Yeah, sure.
It's
just
really
is.
good that you're doing, because same thing. Like at my age, like I need a little more recovery and rest.
Yeah.
So like if I'm out on the team that night, I typically won't lift. I might do some light stretching, just kind of
Yeah.
like open things back, because I start to stiffen and tighten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Different.
the next day, I'll lift.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, sure.
try to be like Mark said, ready for battle. But there's a thing. There's this one dude I follow. He's an old special forces dude, but he calls that the tangential plane, because like you have I'm moving this way, I'm squatting,
Yeah.
and I have this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what about this?
There you go.
Because a lot of tree work is like I have the saw, I come over,
Yeah.
I fire it up, I move over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, one of the cool things I've started incorporating was like on the pull down machine, I put like the one handle on there, and
Yeah.
I grab it with two hands, and it's like that old school.
Yeah,
And then
it
go
works.
back slow. What's weird is I've had a couple hernias, and I think both times when it got me, believe it or not, was in the bucket with a big saw
Oh, buckets.
where I was
Bucket
like,
hurts everybody.
you're back
Yeah.
cutting,
Yeah,
or
it
you're,
does.
and it's that loading
Every time.
on that plane. So I try to now
Yeah.
work that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bucket always because you can compensate.
Yeah.
It's like, I can get this with a bucket. And then you're reaching, and then you're overreaching, or you're reaching up, and you're just it's always wear and tear. But if you can keep that within that little, with the shoulder to hip,
Yeah.
that's all
I
you wanna
always
do.
say boobs to belt.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like,
it.
yeah, boobs to belt.
That's what, anything more than that, you're just stressing. But like ball slams and
Yeah.
that's great
Yeah.
for your core and
Yep.
I mean that I'm big
100%.
advocate for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
good,
good.
good.
Running, I'm still getting better at. I hate running.
I do. Trail running is. Have you tried it though or no?
Yeah, I tried
You have?
everything.
Okay, all right.
I think
See,
boring.
I love it because my brain is having to do this, but on the road,
Just boring.
I can't stand.
I hate it. When I'm doing it, I hate it. When people are like, oh, when you get done, you love it. I still hate it. I run enough and I'm like, I still hate it. There's nothing I enjoy about running.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But dude, I'm surprised it didn't work. But at least because it's like a psychological thing. Because you'll sprain an ankle if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it. I'm not running.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
On the road,
totally.
I'm running.
Yeah.
That's how it feels to me. Like I always say, I'll go on a trail and I'll feel like I ran a mile and I ran 5. But
Yeah.
on the road, I feel like I ran 5, but I only ran 1.
Oh, it's the worst when you
Totally
get
get
back
that.
from your loop and you think you hit like a mile and a half. You're like, darn, now I got to go back and do another block to hit my quota.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
cardio is a tough one.
I'm not a big fan of the running.
Yeah, running's the
Totally
worst.
get that.
No one's
Yeah.
going to tell me any different. I have a bike. Like my wife got me a bike for my birthday, so I've been out with the kids. And now the kids can ride a bike, so I'll go on a long bike
That's
ride.
cool.
That's fine for me.
Yeah, it's fun. See?
But still, it's just cardio is the worst. But I still do it. Like
Yeah.
I'll foot lock at work,
Okay. All
and
right.
I kind of count that towards some cardio.
Yeah.
It can be.
It can be if you push it.
Yes. Yeah, if you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you are watching and listening to the Aging Arborist podcast. Thanks for coming along this journey with us. Brick and I are super excited to announce our sponsor, the Modern Group. Modern Equipment has been a very faithful sponsor to the New Jersey chapter of ISA, and We are also, at Tree Awareness, clients of theirs. We have bought several pieces of equipment from them, and they have been absolutely amazing. From the sales team to the service department to parts. If you're looking for equipment in the tree space or construction in general, please do yourself a favor and check out the Modern Group. They have 2 locations, one in Bristol, PA, and a brand new, just opening location in Tabernacle, New Jersey. You can go to moderngroup.com and check them out. Please, for all your tree equipment and construction equipment, go see the folks at Modern. They are second to none. So, how old are the kids?
4 and 2.
So, just quickly, because we're running a business. This is an area I get feedback on, just DMs when I go to shows and we talk to people. A lot of folks ask, how with the kids and integrate in your business, and work-life balance is almost like a misnomer to me. There is no balance.
No, it's always 100%.
It's 100% work. I mean, my kids were raised, at the dinner table, they heard all the stories about this guy not showing up and that fence getting broke. Like whatever it is. This client's mad, that broke down. There was a lot of discussions around the table. But I also was very present for my kids. So how are you because your kids, relatively speaking, are young, right?
Yeah.
It's 4 and 2. So what's that integration been like for you? How are you managing, to give them the appropriate quality of time that you want to as a dad and still maintain that hypervigilance and focus at work? Like, what would you say to somebody that's, they're working and all of a sudden now they're a dad and it's like, oh, I have these little bodies I want to be involved with. Like,
I think it's just not, you don't have to dedicate. I don't feel like I ever have to dedicate time.
Yep.
Because I always just give them time. Like I brought Bodie out on estimates when he was like my oldest, when he was 1, 2, like he'd be in the back seat, like, hey, let's go. And then I'd be carrying him. Then my newborn, I was carrying him, looking at jobs, like, hey, but it was fun. But then we would go to breakfast right after. We go to lunch right after, or I come home, like my wife works nights, 2 nights a week. So we're at jiu-jitsu with the oldest. We're both out there. I bring them both. We just have fun. I just turn that phone off for no clients. Like if it's family, I ain't no clients. I'm not dealing with it. Just kind of treat it like if this was any other trade, no one's answering the phone call after 5. Like you can't call your HVAC guy after 5 unless she's your friend. You can't call those people. It's just, hey, my phone's off. I'm done because they go to bed at 8. It is what it is. I got 3.5 hours with them. During the week at least, and then weekends I can push more if I don't have to go out, look at jobs, go do jobs. But I look at it like my wife curses me from my oldest because he would wake up at like 5:30 when the coffee was going when he was young, and I would just keep him up. And we would just hang out. So he helps make the coffee, but now it's like a curse because
that's fantastic.
I go to work and he's 100% in, and everybody else in the house sleeping. He's just like, mom's up now. Everybody's got to be up. So it's pretty funny. Now my second sleeps in, but my oldest is still up with me, helping making coffee first thing in the morning. So I feel like that morning time's fun.
100%.
Because we're both being quiet. I'm like, we're all going to get in trouble.
And it's cool because it's something you two are doing.
It's our little
and
thing.
It's like,
So like when I broke the coffee pot this morning, he's like, oh my God. I'm like, I know, I messed up.
You're like, now what are you going to do?
He's like, we can't get one this early. I'm like, I know we can't get anything. Nothing's open. But that's fun. I just, the balance is, I think it's easy. If you enjoy it, I think it's real easy.
There you go. That's it.
It's so cool. This is, I'm noticing a theme with you. You have a very infectious zest for life, which I really appreciate. Like you're actually taking joy out of even the struggle. And I think in this Instagram, social media sort of world, you see a lot of this. It's almost a shame because it's become like a cliche, like embrace the suck. And it's almost like a thing people put on their wall, but they don't know how to live it. And what I'm hearing is that it's like, no, we have to do hard things.
It's
and it's okay.
It's okay.
And like if I bring some joy to the table with it, it's fun. And it's honestly, like as a guy that's been doing this a long time, like it's inspiring to me, it's a reminder to me to go, hey, you idiot. Because I can get very, in a dark place in my own head sometimes. I'm like, am I tapping out? When am I tapping out? Am I supposed to retire? Is it going to be now? Is it going to be in 5 years? Do I go till I'm 70? Like I wrestle with all these things now. I'm in a different place in my life than kind of like either of you guys. But to hear you, it's just, I just want to,
I love it.
I want to put a pause in it because I think it's vital and it's inspiring and it's motivating and I want to make sure the listeners understand that it sounds like it's a choice. Like you've decided that this is how it's got to be.
Yeah.
For me, I'm having fun.
Like what people, it's like, I fell on the sword of tree work a long time ago and I didn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tried everything, did a semester at college and I hated it, hated everything about it. Just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Couldn't sit in a classroom. It was impossible.
Shocking.
For me. Yeah. Because like your parent, like my dad, you say you always have something to fall back on you because it's like, it's a trade. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
One semester, no, I'm out. Can't do this. This is crazy. Crazy. I can't listen to these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get like a handful of people that are actually intelligent and want to be there, but everybody else is there just to clock a credit and just go about their day. I'm like, I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's hard work.
Yeah.
So I jumped on tree work. I know it's hard.
Yeah. No, I love that.
It is. You can't avoid. Like when people sign up for tree work, they're like, see all the machines. I'm like, listen, it is hard.
Yes.
It is hard. We're going to make it look easy on a lot of days,
Yeah.
but majority of the time, this is going to be hard work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to suck.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know. Like we got a young buck, brand new. He's just brand new to the workforce. He's doing great. Like he's really, really doing great.
Yeah.
But you're kind of always looking like,
How long?
Is he going to hang? Like,
how long?
and I always say like you got to get through that one first. Well, all the seasons,
Yeah.
right? Because winter brings its own suck,
Yeah.
and summer brings its own suck. It's like, have you made it through one full round of seasons? And okay, now we got something to work with.
Yeah. That's like the investment thing where I don't show too much to anybody new because it's like sucks investing so much time in a year and they're like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
so it's like people, I want to learn this. Like, okay, I just can you guarantee me 5 years?
Right.
If you can't, I don't know I'm just going to invest all this time and like extra stuff. And it's like, darn.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? No, it might have been worth it. Maybe he learned some work ethic out of it. Maybe he brought some other trades. Like I one of my great friends, he left tree work for tower work.
Mm-hmm.
but what work?
Tower work,
Oh,
tower
tower,
climbing, because it
yeah.
offered the bennies and like it was. We couldn't
Yeah.
offer that.
Yeah.
Not gonna argue. I'm not gonna tell you not to leave my job. Like,
Sure.
hey, if you want to go somewhere, hey, hope the best for you. There's always a spot here, awesome. But he had time invested. He had stuff. He had gear. It was fine, but it sucked when he left. You're like, man, that was just like,
Yeah. The little bit of a gut punch.
Good punch. There you go.
like a good one. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad he took a step.
Of course.
Perfect.
Of
So
course.
I wouldn't label it as a gut punch, but it was like, damn.
Yeah.
Now I got to start over,
Yeah.
but it was fine. You just go through the cycles again until you get a good one,
Yeah.
and you keep doing the cycles till you have a
You
bunch of
to.
good ones.
You have to.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's something I heard. I didn't invent this, but I heard it from a speaker once, and they said the only thing worse than teaching and investing in someone and having them leave is not investing them and having them stay.
Yeah. That's it.
And so, and I've been through, because 32 years in business, I've been through so many cycles.
Oh, the
of that.
cycles.
Fortunately, my son's given me a little inspiration in that, but I had to make a decision, like you're saying, where you just got to fall on that sword. I love that expression, where it's like, listen, it's my responsibility, like as a grown-up adult male, to leave these people better than they came here.
Yeah.
So whether it's 5 minutes, which we just had a kid work a month and he's gone already.
Yeah.
For a whole multitude of reasons. But I still had to have some conversations with him and just try to invest some little thing.
Yeah.
Because
something sticks.
not because of whatever, but because this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like we have to have our core values and principles and the things that we operate off of. And those don't change,
No.
You
can't. It doesn't matter who walks in the door. You just have to
Exactly.
still keep that same.
But sometimes you get one and you're like, man, they could be great at this.
Yes.
And then they choose something else. And it's like,
Or they hit like a pinnacle. Like I've had guys who you're like, wow, this could be great.
Mm-hmm.
This could be awesome. And then all of a sudden they just peaked so early. You're like, basically, this is all I need to know.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, there was like so much more on that plate, and you just left it. You left it all.
Yeah.
And then they just get settled at a township job. No offense, but
No, none taken.
but there's stuff that happens. It's constant. It's just,
Yeah.
I think that's the nature of our business as well. I just think you're going to have those, and usually your best guys end up leaving. No matter how, it's hard to keep them because they just not outgrew you, but they see their own endeavors and they got to take off.
Yeah.
And that's also, I think that's hard
Mm-hmm.
because that's like,
Yeah.
So
you
this is-
depended on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And this has become a theme for me personally, but also like the talk we gave at Arbor Expo last year and also here. And I'll just ask you point blank because we like, obviously the three of us have a passion for the trade.
Yeah.
We've decided this is our life, hard or not.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We've looked at other things. I've looked at not doing this. I've looked at getting out of my business at different points. And so like I had a talk with my guys the other day. I'm getting to a point, but the greater point is this. We see these other trades, and the things they can offer, whether it's HVAC, plumbing, this, that. And when you look at the multiple disciplines within our trade that we need to do, it takes a backseat to no other trade.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And so my ask is simply this. Can we fix our visibility? Can we fix the idea that this is as noble a trade as any other? Can we fix the idea that you can come in, do it, learn it, live it, have a good life, an honest day's work, and do something worthwhile? Try not taking care of trees in a community for 5 years and watch all the trees grow up around the building and
Trees collapse.
like,
Get killed.
it's a noble trade. It's
Yeah.
a worthy trade. We should be very proud of what we do in terms of what we're able to pull
I am.
off on a weekly basis. So
Yeah.
how do we move that from just our community to say to other kids, young people looking for a trade to say, hey, this is viable. You can do this. Is there anything we can do? I'm interested. I'm asking you from a creative standpoint.
It's definitely tough because my opinion is the regulations,
Okay.
mainly on a chainsaw, because I can't go buy any HVAC stuff without a license.
Okay.
You can't go get certain parts. You can't just go buy something without
Interesting.
to be a licensed HVAC. But my neighbor can go get a 66 tomorrow and go
Interesting.
attempt to cut down the largest freaking tree on his property and
That's
have it go through his
crazy, dude.
house.
That's nuts.
That's wild. Even though they said they have the homeowner saw,
Yeah.
they don't go for that. They're like,
Yeah.
wait, I need that.
Yeah. The homeowner saw should have no chain on it. Like,
So
you know,
I think we have so much bad raps
Okay.
in our and it's hard to wrap around because I mean majority of any YouTube video you watch of a fail,
Mhm.
there's homeowners where it's like a landscaper who's just out of his realm and someone who cut the corner like, oh, I can just do this myself, and that just kills us.
Mhm.
But to try to push it, I don't know. You would need everybody to do their part, but I feel like there's a handful of companies everywhere
Mhm.
that do go to the ISA and do go to their symposiums and give back to their local townships. But
Mhm.
then there's more people that don't do any of that
Yeah.
and just skate by and just hire contractors out. Like I've worked for the landscape.
Yeah.
I've done landscape. I've contracted for landscapers everywhere that have no business doing it.
Yeah.
But I took the check like a whore, and that's who I did.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the reality. I mean, it's kind of hard that if no one's giving back,
Yeah.
kind of hard, like how the state and township give to the lowest bidder.
Yeah.
If it's too big of a project, it's like, damn, how'd those guys move in here?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
I
they
agree.
like butcher everything, and they come in, do like they planted all these sweet gums in my one local town.
Yeah.
Because they said, "Oh, it won't produce the balls. We got the ones
Oh,
without
the
the balls."
fruit list.
Oh,
The
the
fruit
fruit.
list.
Yeah, they're producing fruit.
Fruit list,
They're all producing fruit.
Yeah, they reverted back. Is
Oh,
what they
yeah,
did,
it is what it
which is
is.
what happens,
Yeah.
right?
And it's just the lowest bidder always goes to the state, always goes to the township, and
Yeah.
like that. Like if it was a larger upscale company, like I'll give John B. Ward, if they came into the
Yeah.
township, be a whole different
Yeah, you feel good about that.
realm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like okay, awesome.
Yep.
Even some of our biggest competitors. Hey, if you guys got the job, hey,
Yeah,
good for you.
I agree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But at least they would progress. It
Yep.
would
Yeah.
it'd be more beneficial for everybody. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy ass that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you can. Oh, sorry. You want?
No. I was just gonna add. I like that you added that aspect to it, but there's also the aspect of, while it's a noble trade, it's a hard one. As
Yes.
you keep saying, it's a hard one, and I'm not saying plumbing, HVAC, and all that stuff's not hard, but I do believe there's less hard days doing that type of work than there is doing trees.
I don't know.
How
There's some
about- how about-
bricklayers that are pretty.
I was going to say, how about
Some
like
hard
concrete
basic.
or how about roofing?
Oh,
just curious. Like,
concrete, see, that's what.
Yeah, I'm just-
No, it's good. So
No.
that then definitely equal to the trees.
Yeah.
So then that would be the thing. How do they keep workers motivated to keep doing that profession and not trees?
and the fact is, they may roll through a lot of guys
Yeah.
too. I can't imagine because the way I've seen it, and you guys can chime in,
Yeah.
is that you work guys and you work them up, and as they begin to increase in skill and knowledge, they're the ones that typically will stay longer, and you're
Yeah.
rotating those lower level positions.
Yeah. And then until you can cycle through. But then those
Yeah.
top guys usually end up leaving,
Yeah.
especially in the concrete mason. That they just can. They got so much access. If you're good at what you do, that's a hard trade. If you're
It's a
great
hard
at
one.
mason, and it's like tree work, there are a lot of great guys still.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's still, and I think we can stay longer as great guys in our industry as opposed to mason. Mason, a lot of those old timers. I mean, those were the guys like even the old tree guys. Like hands would be like
Yeah,
burly. Like
yeah,
that's the
right.
hands. I'd be like, dude, I wish my hands looked like that.
Yeah, like beefy.
Yeah, like that. That's
yeah.
it. But our trade, like the masons, it's just unforgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You feel it all.
Hmm?
I think it's being on that. I think at the end of your career, you feel our trade more than a lot of other trades.
Okay. Yeah.
Like your body shows it. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Hurt
Yeah.
this shoulder 20 years ago, stuff like that. Just and
So
then you remember it.
So essentially what it comes down to is how you're going to make that appealing to people that get into it then. Because if they know that, I feel like that's why they leave. And understandably, like
Yeah, hey.
you get a job that you can make equal amount of money with less wear and tear, makes sense.
Yeah.
You get better benefits, makes sense. The ones that stay are the ones that are like, you're living and dying by this at this point,
Yeah.
you know?
I do think to some degree we are making some inroads. Like honestly, I'm proud of this conversation talking about food choices,
Yeah.
Yeah.
about stretching.
Yeah.
You know, and it was equal bit knowledge or equal bit agreement and equal bit conviction because I don't stretch enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when I'm estimating and I'm sitting, my hip flexors literally get sore.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing when I go to work that I feel and I'm like, I need to be a lot more disciplined in blocking out that time to do it. So
Yeah.
I think to some degree having these type of conversations is important. And I don't say that because we're having them, but I see, like, I think like seeing Lawrence Schultz a lot talk about body mechanics,
Yeah.
work positioning. So I think if we invest in those types of dialogues, and I think a lot of times we win those battles in those one-to-one conversations, right? New guy comes in, or like my kid or somebody you're working with, right away we start talking about these things, the importance of cutting with your body in the right spot, you know, all the things that will help preserve. I do wish, and somebody from TCIA hears this, we're an accredited company. And I guess I thought early on and hoped early on that the trade association would be better at promoting the higher levels of work.
Yeah.
That they would somehow, and I know it's probably a big ask to put like ads out, but yet in my mind thinking, trying to educate the public on a bigger scale. And it's the same thing. Like we had
unknown.
we had certified tree expert in this state for years before
Yeah.
it was a law. And you have towns opening bids up, but not requiring the very certification that they offer
That's it.
as part of the bid practice.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Well, it's like the certified arborist aspect, where around us, it's like in certain townships, you need to have a certified arborist. But that could be your guy in the office.
Right.
That could be,
Oh, yeah,
it's not like you need someone on site.
Yeah.
And then I think nobody
like a loophole.
spends money on pruning.
Yeah.
Very far and few between now for pruning.
What do you mean? Like
Like
home-
spending the money on pruning. I think
residents?
that
Yeah,
residencies. I mean, it's mainly everybody's on the giant. I'm a large tree removal guy. I'm a removal guy. It
Okay.
basically means I have a crane and I could just take down 6 trees on your property.
Yeah,
But
okay.
no, like maintenance on trees. I think that whole craft it's kind of like dwindling down. Like I have my old clients, like Ward, Shriner, all those companies by me. We all have old clients that we've been pruning for years.
Yeah.
But the newer clients for pruning, I mean, that's coming in hard.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants a clear cut property because
yeah.
that's what everybody is. You see any Clipper magazine, any magazine that comes out, it's a crane taking a big tree down.
Yeah.
Removals.
That
That's all it is, removals.
I've
It's
noticed
what
that.
our whole business model is pruning.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do remove. We got that big one coming up.
well, you
and
have
we
to.
do.
I mean, there is. It's
Yeah.
part of our game.
but the high level pruning, like those end weight reductions, retrenchment work.
Even ornamental. I mean, we do
Hand-
2 weeks of hand ornamental pruning
Yes.
every spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then we do ornamental pruning in the fall, a couple weeks. And I
Yep.
mean, it pays the same
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah,
It's
and you come
awesome.
home with a lot less material
Oh, yeah.
and a lot less wear and tear on your saws, trucks, body.
Everything. Don't even
yeah.
start chainsaw for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that stuff. And you see trees that you've been maintaining. Like I have trees I've been maintaining since I was 12,
That's
13 years
amazing.
old. And it's amazing.
What a benefit to be able to see how your pruning results,
Hmm?
Yeah.
putting it through those cycles year after year.
I climbed a tree that like my Uncle Pete climbed before and other climbers climbed. And now I'm climbing the tree. It's like, dude, this tree's still standing.
That's
and
so cool.
guys came in before, said the tree's going to fall. And we're sitting on 20 years now.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
tree's still standing.
that's awesome.
Everybody's so quick to say, oh, it's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And township arborists are like, not you, but consults by
Mhm.
us. Nobody wants to have the liability of saying,
yeah.
this tree's
No.
good. If you
Yeah.
do this, this, and this, they're just so scared. They're like, no, it's got to come
Take it
down.
out. Yes. Yeah.
So then you scare the homeowner, scare the other homeowner. Now you scare the whole town. It's like, listen,
you gotta stop. Yeah.
you want to be honest, every tree's scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, where do you stop?
Yeah, a lot of times I'll start that. I'll say, well, if you want a guarantee, the only guarantee is this.
Yeah.
But if you love the tree and you're willing to assume the risk,
Yeah.
I can give you strategies over time that will
Yeah.
result in a good, healthy, hopefully long-lived plant. That'll outlast both of us.
But like a microburst comes through, I can't, 70-mile-per-hour wind comes through, it's knocking down the whole town.
Correct. All bets
Yeah.
are off.
What am I going to do there?
No.
Can't call and complain.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
We just probably like 2 months ago, a 100-foot hickory. We couldn't figure out if it was a pig nut or a bitter nut.
Mocker nut, pig
mocker
nut,
but
Some arborists you are.
jag
well,
nut.
exactly. I didn't.
And there's
So
Jake bringing the truth.
Full disclosure, I fully
That's
admit,
good.
I just wanted to climb a tree and take care of it.
Yeah.
More than study the tree
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
But it was the same thing. It was a beautiful tree. Had some little defects here and there, but it was just kind of very small thinning of it, just because the other 2 trees around it that were as tall, they fell over. So it's like they lost this wind protection bird kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But the homeowner insisting the whole time, can you take it down? Can you take it down? Can you take it down? And it's like, I get it. And then I explain it, and then it would be, okay, so you're saying it won't fall, and if it falls on my house, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying we did what we did. The tree's been here 100 years, 120 years.
Wow. So it's a big, nice old
Yeah,
tree.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, stunning, And I'm like, so is that to say it's not going to fall tomorrow? I can't say that, but I can say, as an arborist, as best as I can be,
Yeah.
we've done everything we can to remedy it wasn't even issues. It was just more of like understanding the surrounding trees
Yeah.
and being like, okay, this is the best course of action for this. And this is with 3 licensed tree experts having agreements on this plan. So if it falls tomorrow, that's an act of God. Like that, it's just, you can't predict
Yeah.
it. The tree's good
Yeah.
though. Don't take it down because you're scared that it's going to fall.
Yeah.
But that is very common for everybody to just laying clear.
Well, insurance companies are doing
Yes,
it now too. They're
insurance-
putting out
everybody
notices on everybody. Like, dude, that's just unfair. You're gonna then you introduce then you come out, you got to take down 8 trees and give them an estimate, like 25, 30 grand. They're like,
Yep.
Yeah.
bounce it to the insurance. Insurance like, I'm gonna drop you. They just back you into a corner all the time.
We just went through it with a client in Pensacola, man. There was a gorgeous tree up there, and I've done some just occasionally. It's a big white oak, and I mean it's it's got to be close to 50-inch diameter. And it's
Yeah.
just limbs, man. The neighbor came in. They hit it pretty hard on their side, but whoever did it did actually a pretty formidable job of getting everything back to like decent laterals. The
Yeah.
trees pushed out growth. Insurance company comes in, and she's got limbs like over the house.
Yeah.
And they're big, and they're like, we need the roof clear.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
they
like-
want to sky print.
I went over there and I went back. She's like, fortunately for her, she was so in love with this tree. She wound up finding a company that will insure her.
Okay.
So they did. So we didn't really have to do anything, but the tree's like healthy.
Yeah.
I think about 5 years ago, I took a couple big pieces of dead that were like getting shaded off lower.
That's usually what
It was
happens.
shedding limbs.
Or they'll end up cropping them off. They'll cut them off themselves. Those
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
white oaks. No
They'll
problem.
Pinch it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're great at that.
But what a glorious specimen this tree is. And I thought I basically told her, I was like, it's a $20,000 removal.
Yeah.
The wires are on her side. So getting a stick crane in there, even if you could put it in the driveway, the landing zone's the size of a postage stamp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a formidable removal, and it's right off the back of the house. I'm like, and quite frankly, I don't want to be the guy to do it. I'm not
Yeah.
going to sink a saw in this tree and take this tree down. It's just, I don't want to do it. Fortunately, in fact, I made a post about it. And, somebody asked me like, oh, what happened? I'm like, well, fortunately, she found somebody
Yeah.
that would insure,
Yeah, I did one in a tree, looked at it in the woods. It was off. It was donated to the township because they were developing the backland. And this was it was like a 67-inch white oak.
Wow.
It had a hollow at the base.
Okay.
But I mean, this thing was only, I don't know, it may be 80 feet tall, but 100
Stout.
feet wide.
Yeah,
It is a
stout.
giant tree.
Yeah.
And they wanted it removed. I'm like, not the homeowner, it was the company. I'm like, why do you want this removed? You're not doing anything with this land. Turned out the homeowner was scared it was going to fall. I'm like, if it fell on its best day, it would have to dance to your house. It can't
Yeah.
reach your house.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yep.
They were all scared. Then they brought the township in. So then I brought their shade tree in.
Yep.
Like, listen, this is a heritage tree anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go.
Yep.
He's like the hollow and the mushrooms at the base. I'm like, listen, we're in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Okay, this tree's doing
There's no
fine.
target.
This tree's like 200, 250 years old. It's been
Yep.
standing here for 250 years.
Yeah, wow.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
If you want anything, I can reduce the one lead.
Yep.
But I'm not going back to property line. I'm going back to where I think this tree's going to be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
They fought. They went back to the township, and the township gave me a letter and them a letter and says, we recognize what the arborist stated, and this is a heritage tree, and we do not want anything touched. This tree stood alone, and they're not anything. And then the one builder thanked me. It's like, dude, that walked out. Because it was like a $14,000 removal without doing any 2 days in the woods to try to make access to this tree.
Oh, wow.
You need a machine. I mean, it was lumber coming down. It was a big tree.
Yeah.
Awesome tree.
Yep.
Hold a big Masters Challenge. You put 2 Masters Challenges in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Giant. I didn't want to take it down.
No.
The homeowner was so pissy. It was so great seeing their face.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you loser.
Well, what's cool is when you can. The other thing is too. A lot of times when you throw words around like heritage tree and 250 years, when you bring a little history in, you can get people behind you
Yeah.
on that. Like a lot of people don't want those big old trees down,
Yeah.
and
Especially one back in the woods. Not bothering.
That's what I mean.
It's not over your house. It's not like there's a lead that goes over your gazebo back towards the wood line, but you build a gazebo in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when people buy a house in the woods and they take all 45 trees down. You're like, what's the point of the woods?
Yeah.
Go buy a house in the farm.
it's crazy because
Yeah.
this is what we have around here. Like this was all farmland.
Yeah.
It's like there's plenty of houses with no trees, no trees bigger than the gutter. Like
Hey.
go move there, start there,
Yeah.
and don't
go-
plant anything.
Don't clear cut the wood, or people will clear cut the woods and leave 2 trees.
Yeah.
And then both those trees uproot 5-6 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, what do you think was
What'd
going
you
to
think was
happen?
gonna-
Yeah.
Yep.
Who told you to do this?
Yeah. Obviously, you didn't consult an arborist. when
Yeah.
you-
Yeah.
Or they consult the wrong arborist,
Or-
consult someone who has no years of experience or stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
experience in the game is sometimes better than any certified. I know people who've never been a certified arborist, never went to a TCIA or
Yeah.
anything, and they are just as sound of an arborist
sure.
as anybody on the
I
street.
believe it.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And they know exactly how to handle things. They know better Latin than certified arborists. They're very by the book,
Yeah.
and they won't drop anything. But they're great at what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. You can think of somebody.
So I just want to kind of basically for the listeners, and because I think it was important, just going back, and I know we've been talking, kind of riffing on some things, but back to the kids thing. It's not so much another question. It's just a follow-up for the listeners saying that I loved your approach, and I want to get your 2 cents on it. I loved your approach about integrating the kids into just your daily activity because they're seeing you in your element. They're watching you having conversations with people. Yeah. They're watching dad, like, you know, operate in an area of expertise. You're bonding with them. Like, it almost reminds me of your old school lunch grind where you're just, you have lunch and you're like, I got the time anyway. I might as well work. And I love it because it kind of mirrors our philosophy as a family. My kids all worked on the crew, and they're some of the richest times we've had.
Yeah.
Like to this day, those conversations. And I mean, I think it's important for people to know, like, we have to not be so compartmentalizing, right? Where it's like we go to work and it's all separate. And, you know, especially when you run your own business, allow them to see that there are dynamics that happen in families that are like entrepreneurial that I think are special. Yeah. And I think allowing them to see that firsthand is huge in just development.
What was it? Last Saturday, I had to go put a blower motor. The heat went off in our bucket.
Okay.
And then I brought my son with me because there's tractors all at the course we're working on. He went, it was like going to a museum.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on every damn tractor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had grease. We couldn't get the grease out of stuff. It was pretty funny, but I'm working on this. He's helping me work. But I mean, that was the coolest thing. He did it. He still talks about it. He's like, dude, saw these tractors.
Core memory.
Yeah, it was fun for me too. I was able to get my work done. He was all over the bucket truck. We were getting things going.
That's
so
perfect.
I mean, stuff like that. You can always, there's no they can go to pretty much any job you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's pretty fun.
No,
pretty
awesome.
fun.
No, I love that.
Yeah,
I just
the way I explain it is pockets of time. You say compartmentalize.
Yeah.
People try to separate everything.
Yeah.
What you're doing, what I like to do is anytime pocket of time. For example, you had to go fix a truck. Normally people separate it. I'm not bringing my kid. I gotta fix the truck.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this perfect pocket of time. I can get something done. He gets to be a part of it. And you know, for boys,
they can do whatever
the best
they
thing
want.
in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing's happening. It's
No.
the best thing in the world. So
He can't hurt nothing here. He can't do any. He can't break
do
nothing.
that. Yeah, he might get hurt. You're doing something, but for the grand scheme of things, it's
Yeah,
not
he's
a
fine.
big deal. Yeah, but what you're doing is taking advantage of the pocket of time, meaning you just put them in there, and sometimes you can't. It's fine, but that's kind of how like the pocket of the lunch grind was about that.
Yeah.
I'm at work. I work for the town. I'm stuck at work. And when I get home, I don't want that pocket of time to be me working out. I wanted to do that at lunchtime. So when I get home, I got it done.
Yeah.
So my kids have that pocket of time. But yeah, with kids, you know already, but with kids, you don't need it to be this grand experience to spend time with them. It's the simple original thing is the grand scheme of things because they're with you.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
That's it. You know, so
Like leaf cleanup a couple weeks ago.
oh, forget it.
They were sitting on the tarp. I'm dragging the tarp. I got them the little steel fake battery blowers, and then I'm on the blower. They got their ear plugs on, and it just all three of us are out there. The 2-year-old's out there acting like, but they're jumping on the tarp or dragging leaves. I mean,
And
got out of mom's hair for hours, so it was simple.
Exactly. And then I dare say, yes, they will have fun at Sky Zone. You know, the trampoline place. They will have fun at Six Flags.
Yeah.
But they're having equally as much fun doing exactly what you just said.
Oh yeah.
That
doubt.
is, you just hit because we have the woods next to us.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing, and we have like a little ravine, and I would run with the tarp down the ravine and like swing it, and they would slide off the tarp.
Yeah.
And they still talk about it.
Exactly.
And you know,
Blast.
yeah, it's
Like we had to
great.
break drywall up in the September in my garage.
Dude, love it.
Flat. Like they're covered in dust and everything, but
Yeah.
dude, banging hammers on the drywall. It's the coolest thing they've done.
Yeah,
Like,
I get to break this.
yeah,
You know,
like it's full game. Stupid stuff like that just goes such a long way. But no, I'll bring them around everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I grew up in a tree yard, so it didn't. I was
Yeah, but
always.
it's the
I saw
same.
trucks starting at 7 a.m. every damn morning. Fights in the front yard,
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
arguments and bickering. It's just always been around it.
Yeah.
The chaos has always been around, and I need a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so close. I'd like to never move out of like the city limits area. Like I'm fine here. I need chaos. I need a little aggression from
I
people.
was gonna say you feel comfortable.
Like
in
when someone
chaos.
flips you off driving your own, you're like,
There it
I'm
is.
back in my area.
I love it.
It's what's comfortable, right?
There, like, someone cuts you off, you're like, damn,
Yeah, no, it's
felt at home.
It's good. No, I love it. Like I said, I really do love the dad phase you have.
Yeah.
Because when we get on the phone, sometimes you're like, "You kids are nuts."
Yeah, you yell. I yell. Like I just yell at them because they don't respect me. I always say they don't respect me. Like whatever I say, they just look at me funny. And like,
It's almost like, what are you
fine.
gonna do about it?
Yeah,
I can
that's
do a
exactly
lot,
what it is.
but I can't.
I just pick them up upside down.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's what I can do.
Like you're at an age now, I can shake you.
That's it. Yeah. That's funny.
so,
I actually do want to, and I hate to keep going back, but
Yeah.
it's just because this was a valuable strategy for me too, for anybody, guy, gal, whatever. But I know men have a lot of times like you're intense in that work mode, then you're trying to shift gears. To some degree, I think women are actually better at that sort of like multitask. They have multiple things they're doing. I love how you said taking the long way home or like using that ride as a decompress so that you can be available.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for me. I remember talking to a friend of mine who was like a counselor at one time, one of my old pastors at my church. And it was like, I was struggling because I would come home and the kids would run out of the house and the wife, and I'm just coming out of a big tree and I'm still a lot of cortisol and adrenaline in my system. And I just need a minute. And I was like, I know I shouldn't have these feelings that I'm having, but I'm like, this is my family. Like I should be completely excited. And that was his strategy. Like, look, man, stop somewhere and spend that 10 minutes away from home. Pull over up the street, grab a cup of coffee.
That's usually what, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then I come home with a cup of coffee and I'm like, hey.
Yep.
You're happy.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I just want to make sure the listeners understand, like, the one thing I'd like to try to do is give people like just practical things they can do. You're balancing all these plates as a tree person to begin with, then add business ownership on top of it, which is a whole nother level. And then you add the family dynamic on top of it. It's a lot of plates to spin.
Yeah.
And just that little act of, there's one way I come home, and I did it last night. I know it takes me at least an extra 10 minutes, but man, when I show up at the door, I'm in a better state.
Yeah.
And you show up better and more available for the people in your life that you love, in a better condition to be able to do what you need to do, and just leave that stuff at work.
Yeah. But it's not like it's never an everyday occurrence. Some days I'm like, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to get home. And I would say that's majority of not habit, but there are the hard days where you're like, dude, everything went wrong today. Had a truck breakdown. You're like, dude, I just need.
And it's really, that's all. It's just a mind shift. It's not even that I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
Definitely
like, I just don't want to be, I don't want to walk in the door stressed the hell out.
Yes. I don't want to bring this in my house.
And then people are calling, like mechanics are calling in the house, and I'm like, dude, I got to answer this call. So it's that turn off some days doesn't happen right away. Yep. But like the other, a couple weeks ago, I had just a bad day. It was what it was. Like my truck broke down, had bad inspection. It was just a whole cycle at the wrong time. And all I did was come home and just start connecting train tracks with my kid.
Yep.
Didn't even talk to him. I was like, hey, let's just let's just start playing and get my mind try to just cycle through, because I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out. And he was so excited. We're just building trains.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's all he wanted to do. And I'm like, all right, that was kind of like my decompress. I didn't have any downtime, and I knew that everything was coming in at once. I'm like, can't escape some of the stuff. Just small business life.
Be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be there all week because the truck's broke down.
Exactly.
That's not going to change anything today. It's got to get fixed, right?
No, but the kids are
kids don't know that.
Well, they're going to lose that opportunity.
Meaning
like they don't, you know what I mean?
Oh, so yeah.
My little one is getting, like, my older son, we're doing training at 5:30 to 6 in the morning now. My little one was like, can I do it too? I'm like, I mean, you want to get up early, then fine. He's like, yeah. And sure enough, like, he will not, like, he'll be mad. One day I let him sleep because I went in. I'm like, hey, buddy. Doesn't move. I'm like, I'll leave him. He was so mad that I did not make sure I woke him up just so he can go downstairs and train.
Yeah.
But, like,
that's awesome, dude.
It is awesome. But it's because of that time spent.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
don't
Like
care.
it's the workout, but it's not.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm hanging out with Dad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're
So-
setting a standard. Like, make no mistake about it. Yeah, it's time spent but you are literally laying foundation for how he's going to view fitness for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And the discipline alone just always speaks.
Yeah. Anything
the
you do.
perfect key.
Yeah.
Anything you like, even like I'm hitting on this thing again with the time, like you blocking out time. And I suffered this a long time, but I also like had an old man that was a union guy. So he was like busy all the time, worked whatever, 6'10s, or he was a fitter over in Philly, grew up and went to Bartram High School. Like he was a Philly boy, right? And I made a decision. I wasn't going to sell my soul to my business. Now I'm confident that I probably could have had a bigger operation with multiple crews. And we did that for a while, a couple crews, maybe we had 10 guys, but I was going to compartmentalize that time. Like when it was time to turn it off. And like you said, you can't always.
Yeah.
But
Hard.
like my business hours on my Google page don't say 24/7.
Yeah.
It says, 8 to 4:30. Because I'm sorry, I'm not available. I'm available for these people in my life that I love and that I'm responsible for. So that's a big thing. A lot of people think you're gonna somehow miss out on business. I mean, look, what are you willing to miss out on?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna do business 24/7
No.
and put
It's
those
just
people in your life
like emergency
off?
calls 24/7. Like, no.
Like, come on. It's one thing if we got a straight line coming through, thunderstorm line, like that west to east line we see.
I see it all the time.
It
I know
happens.
exactly which storms are going to nail us.
Yeah.
It's just, you get that feeling before.
And then you're on.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool? You have those same conversations with your family.
Yeah. It's all
Like
the same.
around the table. It's like, hey, we're going to be jamming the next few days.
They
And
were out with the storm in June because it hit a big client of ours and our power was out.
Wow.
And that was like 95 degrees.
Oh.
The only AC was in our vehicles. I'm like, dude, hop in the truck. I got big time clientele that trees fell on golf. So they were in the storm. We were on the golf course at like 8:30 at night with big strobe lights, just checking, evaluating damage. But that was the coolest experience for those kids. They were like, what do you mean we're out past bedtime? I'm like, well, first of all, no one's sleeping tonight in 95 degrees. We're already in it tonight. No, but stuff like that, I don't see any issue in not being around.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think it's, and because these are conversations, like I've given a couple talks about time, and you have those conversations after your talk where people come up and it's like, hey, I'm trying to, and I see it a lot across multiple disciplines of trades where people are just on so much. And you want to talk about not being refreshed and renewed and restored for your next day's work. You can't burn like that all the time.
Well, like I hate the Sunday night text, like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Hey, I really need this tree to come down. La, da, da, da. I'm at so and so address, and I'm like, I usually never respond back to that person. It's like, dude, who are you reaching? Who else can you reach out to on a Sunday night like that and get a response?
Exactly.
Like you never responded back. Of course I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. One, the Eagles are on, hanging out with the family. It's Sunday night dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to you. I just have unless the only person I respond to on like a Sunday night is my old man.
Yep.
Like, hey, is something changing for tomorrow? Like, what do you want to do? And it's usually a quick 2-minute conversation.
Yep.
We're not talking and yip react. It's like, yo, we got this, and this week. Let's just talk about it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
it's like when people call Saturday night. People, at the end of the day, a lot of clients don't care.
No.
And they'll just reach out whenever.
Whenever. It's convenient for them.
Yeah. And it's like, I tried to reach out several times this week, try to get back to you, and obviously we're not on the same page here. So I get if you have to move forward with someone who answers the phone Sunday night, hey, go for it. That's fine. It's no love lost here. I don't care.
Not going to be me.
Yeah.
And we've tried to like create channels. Again, for those listening that, maybe own businesses, like for me, what's worked is like having a dedicated business line. My cell phone's kind of kept sort of like
I know it's hard
off of that.
Yeah.
Some folks have it, but typically not. And then my manager that I've, God bless her that I have me, and my manager's been with me 15 years or whatever. She's real good at insulating me and getting back to people. But we protect that little bit of privacy. And I try to share that dynamic with my team too. Like her and we have like almost like a code language.
Yeah.
She'll be like, are you good? Do you need anything from me? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, I'm checking out. I'm like, cool. And I know that means you're done for the night.
Yeah.
And it could be 3 in the afternoon. It could be 6 at night.
Yeah.
But when she gives me that, or like on a Friday, hey, we're good. Yep. We're locked and loaded for Monday morning.
Yeah.
Awesome. The only way she's calling me is if she gets a call or an email that something changed for the client.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
Or
it's
something
not going to be
happens.
inconvenient or something. It'd be
Right.
like, let me just reach out here, see if he answers.
Yeah.
If it doesn't answer, hey, it's not the end of
Yeah.
the world.
But it's that mutual respect we try to have within the dynamic of our team,
Yeah.
but also almost letting the client base know that, and the ones that have been with us now,
Oh, they know.
they know we're available, man. We want to serve and we want to do a fantastic job. For us to show up as the best versions of ourselves for them, it requires that bit of peace
Yeah.
because you
absolutely.
got to be restored to be able to do it.
Yeah. Even it's like same thing like Buzz. If you go out, like go get a drink, like get a drink with other climbers, come out. Hey, I'll meet you for a drink. I never answer a client's call after a drink.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to meet. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Is what it is. I'll just ignore everything until
Yep.
tomorrow morning. I'll reach out 8:00. Hey, sorry I was unavailable yesterday.
Yeah.
But then I know people who do, and I'm like, I just can't step into that realm. That's just
Yeah.
a bad look for me, bad look for my business. I just can't do that.
No, I agree. That's really important. That's good.
Standard.
Yeah,
Good standard.
it is.
That's awesome.
Then vacation, I totally shut my phone off.
That's good.
Ain't happening.
Yep.
Ain't
I
happening.
love it.
My dad's got a separate number
Yeah.
that he can translate in between, and then he can reach my wife if anything needs to happen. But other than that,
Yeah.
not answering.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll put payroll in for my guys
Yeah,
midweek and then
Yeah.
shut my phone back off. Just is
That's
what
awesome.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm checking out. If I'm checking out for a week, I'm checking out for a week.
I love it.
That's good, man.
That's
And you
good.
need that.
You do.
But I think a mistake a lot of folks make is that it's funny, like in Christian circles, we call that like Sabbath rest. And it's like letting a field go fallow. Like you plant that field for 6 years in a row, and on the 7th year, you just let weeds and crap grow up, and then you till all that into the ground, and it makes the ground produce more. I
That's the way
just
to look at it.
Yeah, so I just feel like we work and work and work, and so those moments of quiet, uninterrupted rest, I think that's what brings focus and clarity when you're up in a treetop doing some rigging, or you're trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
deal with, broken down crap. And the hardest part is when you've got multiple things at once coming at you.
Yeah.
Hey, the chipper tire just, oh man. Hey, you're like, this is 4 things now in an hour.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
like, damn.
It's hard to process all that. But if you're 24/7, how do you have any capacity left?
Yeah.
Like you have
can't.
to
You
have those moments of dedicated. And it's funny because even like there's sometimes in my car, like when my phone bings, I
Yeah.
get this immediate visceral reaction of like, what is it?
Yeah.
Because it's usually a problem.
Yeah.
Not always, but
You hope it's not a problem.
correct.
That's
So
what it is, yeah.
when that happens, I turn the ringer off. And then what I do is I make the phone serve me. I pick it up when I'm ready.
Yeah.
When I'm ready.
Right.
Even if it's an hour or 30 minutes, nothing that critical should happen in 30 minutes that unless something awful happens, which I hope
But
never
usually I
does.
get usually it's not just one.
Correct.
It's usually like bang, bang. Now phone call, phone
Correct.
call. Okay. Now I have to
Yeah,
answer the
I
phone
got you.
call. It's
Correct.
never something stupid.
But those moments I think are important. And I think we do sort of people and especially young people like a disservice because there's almost that get on your grind, hustle and go. And you know what? When it's time to go,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we all agree in this room, go time's go time.
Yeah.
And I think all of us can throttle up, find second gear and lock and load and do what we need to do to get it done, whatever that looks like. But we sell that as like a way of life to people sometimes. And I think we do them a disservice by not saying it's like the lifting and the tearing of the muscle down is served by the rest.
Yeah. You need
Because
it.
that's when the repair happens,
Need it.
And the food. And
Yeah.
the stretching.
Yeah.
And the sleep. Yeah, all the stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, my rest will always be just climb a tree if I just I don't have to think about the business today.
Yeah.
Just let me just climb the tree today.
which is,
Get it
Yeah.
done.
I get that. Yeah.
And usually those jobs either my old man's on site the whole time, or we
Yeah.
bring another crew in just so I don't have to be like the foreman on the ground. I don't have to be the dictator on the ground
Yeah.
trying to manage everything.
Yeah.
I'm just strictly the climber.
Yeah. I love that.
And that's like where my heart always
Yeah.
will be. It's just I will always
That's
be
who
the
you
climber.
are. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no
No, I
problem
love
with
that. That's been a hard transition for me, even after all these years. You know, when you're the point of the spear for so long,
Yeah.
at my core, like I typically like when someone's, what do you do? I'm like, well, by trade, I'm a tree climber.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
like, I'm a business owner, but by trade, I'm a tree. Like that's the essence of who I am,
Yeah. That's what kills Glenn sometimes because that's what he was his whole life since he was 12.
Wait, who's that?
Glenn.
Yeah.
But like sometimes when he brings other contract climbers
Yeah.
in or other climbers in and some climbers aren't up to par, or it's like,
Yeah.
how have you been doing this 15 years this way? Like this
Yeah.
is so hard on, and it just frustrates him. And then he tells me all the time, he's like, man, if I was 30 years old again,
Yeah.
if I was just 30, if you give me a chance 30 on these systems now, it's a whole different ball game. And it's
I know.
like he's at heart, he's a climber.
Yeah.
And he's a tree guy. He doesn't want to do the business aspect. He doesn't want to do all the hard stuff of talking to accountants and figuring stuff out.
Admin.
That's the hardest part for us is transitioning to that.
Yep.
Damn near impossible.
100% agree. I tell Mason sometimes, like, you out today? I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
Like for me, and I don't want to say it like cavalierly. That's the easy part for me.
Yeah.
Showing up and doing the work. It's like, I see the job. I know what I got to do. I got the tools right here.
Done.
The phone stays in the truck. I go up. And the next thing I know, it's like 3:00.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. And I just want to
Gotta
eat good
feel like
food
you did
and go to
something
sleep.
today. And it's different than like estimating sucks.
Yeah.
It
In
does-
some
it's-
ways,
it's-
I get more tired, like
Oh my
in a
God.
different way, like driving, everything's all tight.
Then he tried to do like a loop, and then these clients cancel. Now you're like zigzagging all through. You're like your whole day got shifted. You're like, and some people cancel. Now you have a whole 3-hour gap.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I could go help the guys out. Then the job gets done faster. And now you got to go do another. It's just like,
yeah, it's constant.
it's constant. It is.
is.
It's just a different realm.
No doubt.
And it's hard.
It's the ugly side of the business.
It is.
That you don't want to be a part of. but you have to.
Paperwork sucks.
Yeah.
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 But it's needed 100% of the time now.
Yeah.
What's interesting is it reminds me of talks we had with Jeff and also with Tatey. There's a book called The E-Myth. This guy Michael Gerber wrote this book, E-Myth. And his whole thing is like, if you're a trade person, or like his example was this woman had a bakery and she made these beautiful cakes and she decided she wanted to open her own pastry shop, and then all of a sudden you step into this realm of like entrepreneurship and business.
Yeah.
Like you're saying payroll, taxes, rent space, equipment breakdowns. And you're going, I just really like to make cakes.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like, okay. Yeah, it's the same thing I say when people say, I want to have a huge business. I'm like, you know what? That's cool and everything. And that's great. But before you go pushing all your chips across the table, just stop for a minute and ask yourself why, and really get to the root of that and what it is you want when you're done. Like start at the end. Like, I want to be in business. Well, why? It's like, well, I love to climb trees. And it's like, if that's all you want to do is climb, maybe there's a different avenue.
Yeah.
Because the business aspect is going to take you out of the trees. And
Yeah.
I mean, Tatey talked about when he got into that like safety role and this and that. And he was like, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
He's a climber.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? Now I'm back doing
Well,
trees.
it's like the truck and chipper when he got it. He didn't want it, but it was too good of a deal.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to take it.
Yeah.
I have to take it because it's going to be good.
Yeah.
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 But still, like, he's better. You call Tatey and just let him work.
Yep.
Let that man climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Snake Pen. Just let him loose.
Yep.
Like, hey, this is our job today.
Yep.
Do whatever you please.
Absolutely.
I have all trust in you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. Yeah.
It's so nice. You know what's interesting? I find when because you hear all this different diversity of different things and techniques. When we get together at a work day or like something like that, where you're on one of these, like if you're blessed enough to have one of those super crew days like that, and people just operate at that frequency, at that level, there's no worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Everybody
job's usually
just
banged out.
Gets done.
Done quick.
Mhm.
It's like
Too quick.
it's exciting. It's inspiring. It's a lot of fun when that happens, you know?
It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Yeah, man. No, I think
I don't know that because we hit on comps, we hit on some family,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
health and wellness, rest,
Rest.
healing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
working out. Is there anything?
Yeah, no, I mean, we kind of dove into it. I think the biggest thing, like, I know it's crazy, but it's like the whole, like, I would love to create an academy, and not, like, we have people doing training. I'm not even talking about training. I'm just talking about just getting kids more exposed to nature, and then obviously tree climbing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Not an academy of, like, how to run a chainsaw, how to do this and that, but it's just that, you know, basically I was asking if you have insight on that, you know, like, because obviously our kids are going to want to climb,
Yeah.
right? It's just because they
Well,
see it.
I have harnesses for my kids have been in plenty of trees, both of them.
Exactly. No,
2-year-old
it's
strapped
just-
on my
yeah,
chest
just put 'em
harness,
on-
just
I
with
did
his
the
own
same
little
thing.
harness.
You know, I'm sure you did the same thing in different variation.
Yeah.
But it's just more of, like, like, be wacky and wild in the concept of what it would take to bring this the romantic part of this to school. Like, listen, just come hang out.
Yeah.
You know? Forget
The
about
trade
the work.
school. Well, Williamson Trade was one I looked at when that's up out by me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all. All it is a trade school. I think it's 2 years maybe. They don't offer any arborist. It's just
Don't,
landscape or horticulturist or stuff
And-
like that. I mean, I don't know how they don't do the tree work because
Yeah.
the one guy used to work for Mark, I think, has one up in New England.
Seth.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah, he has a good program. And Aspen used
Yeah.
to get a bunch of their, I guess, apprentices,
Yep.
you would call them, and they used to
Yeah.
come down and help us out.
In where?
New
Massachusetts?
England or something? Yeah,
yeah,
is
yeah,
it
somewhere,
Massachusetts?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's still going on, but I mean,
I don't know.
that's very rare for something like that
It
to be
is.
strictly just climbing
Yeah.
and arborist aspect. Because
Yeah.
Penn State has a little program too,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's full throttle anymore. I don't know
Oh,
how that program went, but
Yeah.
a lot of arborists came. Maria came out of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She got a
that's cool.
scholarship. Yeah, she went to Penn State for that arborist.
I know.
If I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But other than that, there's nobody talks about tree work. It's just tree work. It's all anyone says. No one says, "Oh, it's arboriculture." Just say arboriculture. People are like, "What the hell does that mean?"
And it's weird because it's a sister science, and it's like horticulture, arboriculture. It's like right there.
If you say you're a tree climber, like what?
Hey,
Yeah.
wait, yeah. No.
yeah,
that's-
it's no. It's always
yeah.
going to be that like response. It's
Yes.
kind of hard to get people out of that.
Yeah. Well,
Even-
if you did that, and I want to apologize for any listeners that are roofers or masonry.
Hey,
But
roofers
no,
make
hard,
tree guys look good.
Just saying, right? But there's hard labor jobs out there, but because even that profession,
Yeah.
like it's not. There's always aspects to it that it's a good, hardworking job that you can make good money, take care of, have a good life.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know. I just always romanticize the idea of what could we do to make it appealing. You know,
Yeah.
that's all.
I mean, the one I'll just interject because it came to the top, and I think I might even have talked about it before. Was like at just our local school, they had a science thing, and then there was an elective, and they were actually willing to let me come in and do. I think it was like one, not a semester, but maybe just one marking period
Okay.
of like talking to the kids about like trees, tree science, things like that. I've done a
Yeah.
couple career days up there where I've
Yeah.
gone and, you know, talked a little bit about trees and had a nice video presentation and things like that. And one time I did a climbing demo for one of the schools, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. You know, what I did is I had the line already set that way there. You know?
Yeah.
And I think back then I foot locked
Yeah.
up, and I was like standing in the tree, and the kids were like circling around. I was talking to them about accessing the plant and where, you know, making cuts for maintenance, and it was really well received. The teachers loved it and all, but I think it's something like that where you know, it's James Earhart, where he sees that one guy, and it just, as a young person, and something in them just clicks.
Yeah.
And they go, man, I remember once when I saw this guy do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. It's gonna catch fire somehow. But
What we need.
I think one of the things
That's
yeah,
what we need. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
something pressing forward.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
You got-
townships are so good on preservation,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yep.
But the replanting and the relocation of trees, or like the overplanting we see all the time, where townships like, oh, we got to replace 45 trees, and they put 45 trees in a part where, dude, just put 3 there, and let those 3 become giants.
Yeah.
Put 45 there, yeah, we're taking down 10 of them in a couple years. It's just like whoever's in charge of that stuff. It's just usually someone who comes out of college, someone who has a degree, someone who's big on that, and they're like, no, this is how it's got to happen. Like landscape architects who come out of school suck. I'll say it on record. They plant these big trees next to the houses, and why don't you put it in the middle of the yard? Just one. One nice white oak, or a nice willow oak, or nice red maple, or sugar maple.
But it looks good when they're small.
Yeah,
So
right next to the
that's
house.
what-
You're like, I'm taking all those down 8 years.
Dude, we just had an estimate yesterday. I'll spare you all the details, but the general gist of it was the lady moved in May. She's got some existing landscape plants out front, and same in the back. It was an old Italian guy. The front trees and shrubs, you can make an argument for taking out because they've all been like green meatball.
Yeah. They all get hedge trimmed every year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on the left, she has a Japanese maple, and the guy's like, start over with that. It's 6-inch diameter.
Yeah.
It's a little close to the house. I'm like, this thing grows so slow. I clip it back.
You might
She's
get
like-
some height, but not.
Yeah. She's like,
nothing
really?
big.
She's like, yeah, he wanted me to. And then on the left side of her deck, she had a row of arbs that were probably 15, let's call them 15 feet tall, touching a little bit on the deck in the house. He wanted to rip them all out and start over. He gave her a bid for 25 G's
That just replaced.
to tear
Yeah,
everything,
tear it up.
all the. And I'm like, she's got these cool hollies all full of berries. She's like all these cool woody plants in the back. And what's happening is the woods are encroaching. And behind, I'm like, we can come in, we can cane these, like do high quality woody plant pruning,
Yeah.
and then beat these woods back. There's a couple little volunteer wild cherries, ground line cut them. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think the job's going to be under 3. And I was like, then have the landscape guy come in. And I got a guy who I love.
Yeah, I have 3
He'll
great
work with his
landscapers all the time.
existing. I'm like, let him start over in the front.
Yeah.
But then in the back, pepper in some new stuff. It's just people. He just wanted a clean palette and wanted to sell her a bunch of plants and
Well, it's
mulch
always
and
new. Like they want
new.
some, or they want to hedge now. Like
Yeah.
I have a great reference now because when I bought my house, I bought 5 green giant arborvitaes and
Mhm.
planted them 12 feet from each other at 4 feet. The one's 18 feet tall. The hedge is in,
Yep.
and all I did was buy 4.
That's awesome.
And I show people you don't need to buy 20.
Yes.
You don't need to spend. I know the landscaper wants to sell
Yeah.
you $7,000 worth.
Yes.
You don't
All
need
right.
that.
No.
You don't need any of that.
Yeah.
If you are patient for 3 years,
Yep.
you're going to see a giant difference
Yeah,
in what you
big
got
time.
at your house. I mean, it's just everybody, landscapers are selling now.
Yeah.
It's like tree guys are like, no, plant this little 2-inch caliber tree, and you're
Yeah.
going to see even 2 inches sometimes too large.
Yeah.
I mean, the greatest trees grow from small little saplings.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the
I agree.
hardiest trees.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you ball and burlap a 2.5-inch caliper tree, you're removing a lot of root.
And your work,
Yeah.
like the ones I planted, I mean, it was constant work,
Yeah.
especially during drought. I
Yep.
mean, I was out there, I was helping those trees out. They were on like life support sometimes,
Yes.
but they're
Yeah.
thriving now. But
Oh yeah.
Get them.
easier for a homeowner to take care of something smaller than larger because
Agreed.
they never water.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
They go out there for 5 minutes in the morning. You're like, yeah.
Or my favorite is like, well, we have irrigation. I'm like, it comes on for 10 minutes.
For the
every
grass.
Like, it's like the roots are that deep, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, go like this and look how dry it is.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
2 inches down. It's not perking through.
It's like people see me, my hose, it's been on my one tree for like 45 minutes. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? I'm like, dude, it needs water.
The tree
Yeah.
is thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we need like a gallon and some water a day. These things need like 15 gallons.
No. Yeah.
Especially during those hot days. Those big tree, I mean, everything starves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that'd be good for education. Township brought those into the table, or
You know, it's crazy. Sometimes it's literally grassroots. I've done a couple talks at garden clubs.
yeah,
I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds
okay.
crazy, but
yeah,
you know, there's a lot of young, middle-aged, and older women. They come in. I've taken samples of like branches in and
Yeah.
show them like pruning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, or do a little tree walk at one of their locations. One of the things we're trying to do, and I'm just sharing this, not trying to make it about me. I'll be kicking myself later because I'll be like, I talk
Yeah.
too much.
no, you're
Yeah.
good.
But we're doing some sponsored ads, Ben and I and the company, on just Meta. But what I'm trying to do is spin it where instead of it just being like, buy from us,
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to do some little educational snippets because my hope is twofold. Yeah, okay, if you want someone that knows what they're doing, hire us, obvious.
Yeah.
That's why I'm buying the ads. However, if that just pops up in your feed, I want you to get 30 seconds of education.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm investing almost in, because our last one is about looking at trees with the leaves on and with the leaves off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's benefits to both as an arborist, right?
Yeah. You can tell, like,
Yeah.
we tell the difference, but
Yeah.
no one else can.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, in the summer, yeah, I want to see the leaves, color, size. Are the leaves all the way out to the end of the canopy? In the fall, I can see through the canopy for like cracks. I can look at branch attachment points. Like I see the tree differently, and I can look and go, I want to make a cut there and there. So even for structural pruning,
Yeah.
looking from the ground with leaves off is a whole nother. And then we did one the other day on a tree, got killed by somebody put a guy wire on it and choked it. So just trying to put those little things. So I think a lot of times that education happens at a very grassroots level.
Yeah.
And you're passing it just into the local community, one-to-one with your clients.
Yeah.
And they kind of tell friends and you create a reputation for yourself, but also you're helping the local community. I don't know that there's any big brushstroke that we can fix it with, is what
No,
I'm
'cause,
saying.
One, tree work's expensive. Like
Yeah.
good tree work's expensive.
Yeah.
But as a small business, you can kind of cut corners on prices sometimes and break it down for like, hey, you got beautiful trees here. I can work with you. Like
Sure.
if you wait for me to fill in a day, I can help you out.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's more beneficial for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, tree work, most homeowners, there's a lot of trees that they can do themselves.
Sure.
They're just not educated.
Yep.
I mean, all you do is see stub cuts. Like it's always the stub cut or it's like fluff.
Yeah. I always tell the people that leave stubs, I'm like, you're better leaving a stub.
The better leave
That
stub
we can
than
fix,
just
yeah.
you see the bark and you're like, was that a hard cut? Oh yeah, I'm sure it was a hard
Yeah,
cut.
you cut half the tree down.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I think if they had any that's
Yeah.
great for that little
Yeah.
education. I think
Yep.
if they were a little educated, maybe if they get stuck or some trees are too high, like, hey,
Yep.
Yeah.
can you just come out and help me out for like a couple limbs? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
perfect. Yeah. And then you have like it's a working relationship for a long time.
But they'll reference you, and that's how the small. I mean, we don't advertise. People think our DOT number is a phone number. Like the number didn't work, and I'm like, of course it didn't work. It's not a number.
That's great. That's
actually
funny.
Yeah.
You think that 603 is my area code
Yeah.
number?
Wow.
Where are you from anyway? You know? It's like-
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, but no, that was my thing. Like I said, you know, I'm always like each person we talk to, because it's always like obviously we talk.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, what do you think on that end? And you know, they say I'm making it more romantic for the next generation coming up. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
Hope the next generation comes up and sticks with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of developments in open land.
Would you want your kids to do it?
Maybe.
I feel the
Maybe
same way. Just
I would
say
do.
no.
I would do both. I think it's getting hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think insurance is really pressing down heavy on
Yeah.
tree work. I think there's no cap on them right now. I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, summer jobs are always there. I really don't.
Let me rephrase the question.
Yeah,
The art of tree climbing,
yeah.
you don't care about them doing that.
I know. I don't mind if they stick. They could do
It's-
tree work 100%. They
Exactly.
could They could dive right into
It's
this.
everything else that's involved.
Yeah,
The insurance bills, blah blah.
yeah.
blah,
I'd rather you
everything.
just dive. If you want to dive in tree work, let's do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you
Yeah,
100% of the time.
Yeah.
Definitely hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll ask me that in 10 years if I want them doing it.
I know. Yeah. No, but I just because
Like-
Slate, my oldest son, like he's in it and he
Yeah.
knows, like he's experiencing the hard part of it, and he's
Yeah.
not even doing tree work.
Yeah.
That's just getting out on limbs and trying to.
Well,
learn
that's the hard part for even nowadays. Some days, like those limbs with Derek were hard. Even all the
Oh,
tricks
dude,
in the
that
book, it didn't matter.
No, that's that was
It's
a good
still
one.
hard.
Mhm. Yeah. So, but my point is like the hard part. They're gonna take the hard part because Dad's doing it.
Yeah,
That's never gonna go away. I can tell you that now.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you're
I
they're
know.
gonna do. Dad does it. I'm doing it.
yeah,
It's just I look at because that's the question for me too. Because after 3 kids, Slate is the one he's just a hands-on type of person. He's gonna be a laborer. Like I want whatever he wants, but
yeah.
it's just him. you know. And it's like, I'm gonna do tree work with you. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna buckle down then because there's a lot of other stuff to deal with. Because I want him to have his own business if he chooses to do it, and then I'll help him. I'll establish it, get it going, do all the stuff, and let him take over, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But that's the part that makes me go, okay, like that part. The tree climbing, it's fine. You can.
Yeah,
have
that's
it.
I would say not the easy part, but it's the easy part.
Yes, correct.
And it got easier.
Yeah, of course. No, it gets you. Yeah.
It did.
But I think that's a fair way to ask the question.
Yeah, I
rather
mean,
than-
It's hard to answer too. Like it's like
well, to me, it's all the things. Like I understand what you're saying about the tree thing, but the whole other dynamic that's hard is the business side.
yeah.
Like for us as tree climbers by trade, all the other stuff, the thing that presses on me isn't the actual, like I love to still go out and put my hands to the till. I do.
Yeah.
And when I work with my son, it's great. My family, like it's awesome. My guys are good. Like I enjoy that. It's the thing that presses on me. Sometimes it's like most of my client relationships are awesome, but it's demands, it's equipment breakdowns. It's losing guys over time, reinvesting, reestablishing crews. Like it's all of that peripheral stuff that is probably the heaviest of all burdens.
The most
for me.
taxing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And honestly, even some lean winters, it's like, okay, we save enough money, and then like snow and ice, and you lose a day, a week for 4 weeks, and all of a sudden your month you're short.
Yeah.
And you got bills, and your fuel guy came, and and you try to plan for that, but let's face it, there are months when there's cash flow problems.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I really want this for my kid? The tree work itself, like but we're in this unique spot because now Mason's been on board over 2 years, and he does the right things, and in my opinion, he likes all the right people. Like, I mean, he admires you guys, and all the people that like our circle he's going to be adopted into this circle.
Yeah.
And I just tell him, be yourself, be respectful, learn, come with an open mind. That part of it is a no-brainer for me. I want him around guys like you. That's easy. It's the other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a hard question. It's like, what kind of father would let his kid do this, It's funny. But by the same token, man, when we win or we go through that struggle and it's like coming home at the end of the day, it's like, we had a great week.
Yeah, sure.
It's awesome.
Like the trees you climb, like there's trees like I climbed that I don't want anybody to know I climbed.
Yeah.
And like I don't want my kid doing the same
Right.
stupid shit
Yeah,
I'm doing. It's got to be a better way, but
Yes.
I'm the only one who's going to do this tree right now. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn, what for what?
Yeah. And it's
But
weird because
it happens.
what's weird is as you get older, like, and your dad sounds like he's in the same boat. Like that was me for the
Ever.
Lions. Like I had other tree guys call me and go, hey, there's one dude, Chris Cochran. There was a tree in Cherry Hill. I'll never forget it. And he was like, yeah, that tree over there. And he's like, did you do that tree? I was like, yeah. He's like, did you climb that tree? I was like, yeah. And he was like, but now I'm at a point, it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, also, do I want to put my kid in,
Yeah, so it's the hard question. But
and we have a lift now, and that takes some of that off. And he's like, the lift's great, but I really want to get better at climbing. And I'm just like, there's a lot working right now.
there's a lot. Yeah.
It is. And there's part of me that would love to like do what you did. Go up and go down and work with Cody and Rick.
Yeah.
Go work with the Riggs boys and see how that works for you. Let them whip your ass in the shit.
So it's like,
Do
do you
But-
want to climb? Like the best thing about working for a company like Aspen, I was climbing 7 hours of it. It was just climbing. That's all I did was just climb, climb. And then it was kind of easy. Then you got to the floor, then you like help manage jobs and help go throughout that. And I was able to translate that, but it's hard to teach somebody to go climb a dead tree.
Yeah, sure.
It's very hard. Even as good, some guys, I know some of the best climbers are still, I don't like being up there. It's like,
no, I'm with you.
I was brought up that way because that's all my dad
Yep.
and Pete. It was like, hey, this is what we do. Like they ratcheted trees together every day. They were chaining trees. It's like, hey, you can't get a crane to these trees. You can't get a bucket to these trees. There weren't no lifts. Even some of the lifts now, you can't. It's like a 30-degree limit.
Yep.
So depends on
Correct.
where the property's lined out.
Yeah.
Unrealistic.
And you have more terrain over there. Like here, we're a little more flat.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
why knuckle booms work well out here more than
Oh, yeah.
out in my area. That's
Yep,
why
yep.
the stick cranes popping through stuff. But
Yep.
I think SRT changed the game
Sure.
because you can tie in like There was a tree I did, poplar split apart, like a Y, all hung up, and you couldn't get anything to it. Couldn't do anything with a crane. And I did a skyline.
The skyline. There you go.
Yeah, and I walked in, I dropped down like a damn spider. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
This is all.
Glenn was like, geez. I mean, it was so simple to do, and
Yes.
I had no
Did you
weight
use that
on the
like
tree.
a hub or something? Or
No, I just went up and tied like a big wrap
Yeah.
at the top, and then did one on the other side, and I just walked across with a pulley. I don't know if you ever seen like how coats used to traverse through stuff, and
Yeah.
I'd put a pulley on it, and I would walk right out, and right there I would just spike the line there with a prusik,
Okay.
and that'd be my redirect, and I just drop down on my tree. And it's kind of stupid. I could do the same thing with a dead tree. I can,
Yep.
if you give me 2 trees,
Yeah.
I can span it. I mean, the only problem with that is if you have a tree that's spready,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden your high line's in the problem. You're like,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
damn.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 It's
So-
in the tops, like in
Yeah,
the
so-
brush.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the downside. But I mean, I think SRT opened up. You
Yep.
can do a lot more
Yeah.
safe removals
Yeah.
on those hazard trees.
Yep.
I think that's benefited me a lot.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being in that.
Yeah. Bringing
tree.
an element of safety
Yeah.
to an approach to
Yeah.
be able to handle.
Like those ash trees are spongy
yeah.
now, just breaking wherever they feel like breaking. I mean, that's being tied into something, even if you do have a 30-foot swing. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than hitting the ground.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
It's just, that's what, I don't know if I want my kid doing that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's definitely.
It's a great question that sounds like it should be easy to answer.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I love it, but it's like, wait a second, all
Yeah.
the crazy stuff that I've been a part of,
Yeah.
experienced,
Yeah.
whatever, all of it. It's
There's been an interesting dynamic too, since we're on this subject, is trying to explain to him how to trust his gut when it's bad versus when to push in because it's in your head.
Yeah.
Like he was in a big white oak about 2 weeks ago, and he called me. He's like, I feel he was having a tough time
Yeah.
because it was big, spready, and it was only chasing like 8 to 10 dead branches.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm really struggling moving around. So we talked a good bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm telling you right now, because I know what you're able to do.
Yeah.
And I know the tree. You can do this. I wouldn't have put you on it if you didn't. He had another climber with him too, our new guy. And I'm like, you're living in your head space right now. And I'm just asking you to I don't care about the time. This job is more about your experience doing this job.
Yeah.
Take the time factor out of your head. He's like, I feel like it's taking too long. I'm like, do away with that.
Yeah. I
got
calculated all that.
I got good
Yeah,
money on the job,
yeah.
right?
It's not your job to worry about
Yeah.
that.
So he
Don't
got done. And of course, when he was done, he's like, because I told him, I was like, for the first whatever it was minutes, and he was like fighting, I got to get out on this limb. And I was like, all the things you've seen, Derek and all the videos watching, all you guys, whatever. And I'm like, you can redirect down over it. You can, I'm just giving him technique advice or whatever. I'm like, but ultimately, this is where the battle is right now.
completely,
It's not that the
100%.
tree's dead. You're not really at risk. Will you take a swing? Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like everyone should take a swing.
Yeah.
At least once or
that's
twice.
actually a good
You should
point.
slip off a limb walk.
Unfortunately, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's actually, you're actually
Because
spot on
I
there.
feel like you trust that trust aspect of
Yeah.
your equipment is
Yeah.
really hard to get out of young climbers.
Yeah.
Even it's like, listen, I know it's hard to explain to somebody, you're fine. Nothing's going to fall.
Yeah.
Like, you're clipped in, right? Your bridge is good. Hard connection good. Yeah. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. But it's hard to get that out
It
of
is.
someone. It's
It
all
is.
until you like take a quick fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you jump
Yeah.
and then you're like, you get rocked and you're like, and then now you run out that limb because you're like, oh, I'm comfortable right there. I could just run out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Scary at first.
Yeah.
Maybe I did a couple circles and got caught up.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm okay.
yeah, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's finding that sweet spot between a tree like that where it's like there's a battle in your head and then your gut's going, this isn't good.
Yeah.
It's
It's a tough
yeah.
one.
It's
Yeah.
and that's some of that's experiential, and it's like when we're teaching and training and coaching people, putting them in a position where they have to stretch safely,
yeah.
which is
What's fun? I
it's a
think
unique
it's awesome.
it's a unique thing,
hard to teach.
It
It's
is.
it's just time.
It
It's
is.
just that's why I let my one guy he knows the basics.
Yep.
He knows how to he knows how to access single line. He knows how to switch to double rope. He knows how to work. He knows what not to do in a tree. He knows all that. But I don't coach him in the tree.
Yep.
Because you can coach as much as you want, but listen, the only way you're gonna get better is if you do it.
Yeah.
And you figure out, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Now his ropes all crisscrossed, or like
Yeah.
his ropes bundled up because he didn't have any rope management. Now he can't go down. He's stuck.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. It's just now you got to figure it out, and you can just try to say it as much as you want, but majority, I think, of the workers that come through my company are guys who need to work hands on.
Yeah.
They're not going to comprehend a sheet of paper. They're not going to comprehend a video like that. They need to run it through their hands. They need to be up and they need to do it.
100%.
And I just think a lot, like that's how I am. I need to just do it.
Yeah. I
Figure
agree.
out if I like it, don't like it, try it out,
Yeah.
see what works, what doesn't work. But young client, it's hard. Once they can trust the saddle,
Yep.
they can see my guy made a swing. He jumped. I'm so happy he made a jump.
That's
That was
right.
cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was
man.
cool.
Yeah.
He didn't really make it. He missed. He like grabbed it, and then he had to like struggle
Yeah,
and jump
yeah.
back up. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a miscalculated
Yeah.
swing, but you know what? He trusted his jump, and that was good enough for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a step.
Yes.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yep.
Because he didn't care.
Yeah.
But now you got to calculate because it's hard if you do that.
He also learned, he also added to his database, which is cool, right?
Like, hey, I'm good.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he knows, like, all right, next time I got to adjust and do this.
Yeah.
That's big, man. And only experience will teach you that.
And it's hard. And that's true where the majority of your first couple of years is all that hard experience is.
Yeah.
But even now, like the one a couple weeks ago, I had to bear hug up a lead.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to get to it.
Yep.
Even if I pre-directed, I would have been so compromised on my time. I was like, and I threw my tail on the rope, and I helped like belay myself up. Go later, I got to the top of the tree. I'm like, dang, I can never escape this freaking bear hug.
That's funny. Dude, that is hilarious, man.
I tried to do all this cool stuff, and I was like, all my tricks in the bag. I can't do nothing here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta just
Yeah.
shimmy up this
Yeah,
lead,
just deal with it.
and then
yeah.
when I'm up there, I can redirect
Yeah.
down. But it's just, it would have been impossible to try to set up from the. It would have took so much time on the ground. I would have been
Yeah.
mad at myself.
Yeah.
I've been like, what are
No,
you
I know.
doing? Get up the
That's-
tree.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Can't escape it.
I remember my old man way back when saying to me, son, sometimes there's just not an easier way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. That is true.
I will kill myself trying, though, you know,
Yeah.
but sometimes
Yeah.
you just got to.
Well, the best was like my old man always taught me, never sit down on a limb.
Okay.
Never sit down on a limb,
Yeah.
right? But so when I went to work for Mark, I was doing crane removals with him, and I kept falling off this damn branch because it was a storm lateral, and I had no tie-in point. I'm tied into it.
Okay.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to stand up." He's like, "You're never gonna stand up there. Sit down and make the cut." It was like a horizontal. I'm like, "But that ingrained in me. Never sit down on a limb." And he laughed. So I'm like, "How would you make the cut?" I'm like, "Just surf and kind of just balance and hope I don't fall."
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
then there's a picture that he took of me sitting on the log, and he sent it to my old man. He's like, "Look at him sitting on a
Yeah,
lim."
that's
I'm like,
great.
"Shut up."
That's
Get him all riled up. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I kept falling. I was like, "How would you make the cut?" He's like, "I'd sit down,
Sit down.
notch it, and cut it." And I'm like, "Not allowed to do that."
That's great.
That is
He's like,
cool.
"What type of stupid?" I was like, "I don't know. It's what's ingrained in me. I don't sit on limbs.
Yeah.
I try everything in my power to stand, or at least put a kneel.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's stupid
Yeah.
because you can sit on a limb. It's like one of those things you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's no other way to make a big cut on a crane or storm work. You're always lateral.
Yeah.
The tree's completely lateral on the
Yeah.
house. You got nothing.
Yep.
Just stupid stuff like that. It's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Cool.
I love it.
Old school habits.
No
People-
doubt.
Well, I just
Stupid
I love
stuff.
that like your dad said something and it's
Stuck.
totally the standard.
Stuck, right?
It's like
Yeah.
this is standard. I don't say it.
What are you doing?
It's like, well, you can. This would be easier.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. So
I still don't
Yeah.
trust it.
Yeah.
Mark's still not there in the video. I'm like, I don't know. I still got to stand here.
yeah, that's true, right? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
He can't. It's hard to get that out.
He's
out of my
watching
brain.
it. He's like you said, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was laughing so
yeah,
hard, and
yeah.
he's like, "What? Why are you doing?"
Yeah.
I kept falling, slipping off the log, and I kept shimmying back on lateral.
That's funny.
I don't know how else to do it.
You,
He's like, "Sit." I'm like,
yeah.
"Damn."
Damn. Don't tell my dad.
Yeah, why
And he-
didn't I think of that?
And he took a picture and he sent it. I was like, I still have that picture. I laughed so hard
Oh,
about
dude,
it.
yeah.
I'm
That's
like, what a
awesome.
stupid ass.
That's great. I love that story.
Love it. Yeah, man. But yeah, no, that was pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I feel like we covered a lot of ground and
Mm.
spiraled off on some different things. And no, I just want to, if we feel like we're good, we'll land the plane
Yeah,
here.
man. Listen, you know what? That's what I wanted you to come because I told you what he said. He was like, "Yo, so what do you got on my boat? We're just gonna hang out and talk.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
all.
Just hang out and just your origin story and blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
No different than
And there's always
Yeah.
stuff when we're done. We're like, I should have this.
Yeah,
But
sure,
the
but-
natural conversation and, hey, Lord willing,
Yeah, so
we
good.
tell everybody we
No,
can.
like he only got me once in Belay Speed, once ever. He wears a crown on his head. Calls
Is that
it.
right?
Yeah, it's
He's got
tough.
the little like reminder. He's got that. He's got
Well,
that
he
written
dropped
in
it
his
in his
journal.
podcast, and I was like, hold up, man.
That's it. I love it.
I love it.
That
He's
was
got
good.
that written in his journal somewhere.
Yeah, and I'll never forget him saying, I'm like, no way.
That's
It
awesome.
is.
That ingrained in me.
This is your opportunity to.
I was like, no
let-
way.
Vent, let it out.
Oh, it's funny.
That was real good. But but again, for the listeners, but appreciate you being on here. I think
Oh,
they'll get a kick out of
absolutely.
this episode as
I
well.
could sit and chat for hours about
That's
tree
what I
stuff
mean.
all the
Yeah.
time.
That's what I'm
Especially
saying.
you guys.
That's
Man,
awesome.
God.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
But it's good, man. So this is the common theme is that we deepen the roots of the relationship when we do these with the guests. You know what I'm saying? So we're already pretty deep already, but
Yeah.
now it's like, yeah, you remember that time we sat? Like, yeah, sure.
It's kind of weird how we would, it should be pretty much known like that's going to happen because it happens every time you talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But yet coming in and all, and it's like, I definitely feel that sense of connection when you see someone that's been on, you're like, what's up?
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
definitely have gratitude for you coming out, spending
yeah.
the time. I know it's hard to sacrifice time, man, when we have so much going on.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
all right.
But,
It's 20
you
minutes down the road, too.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm taking
Yeah.
a week out of the time. No, this is easy.
yeah.
No.
And
It's
some
just simple.
people benefit, man. Some of the feedback we're getting, I just think it's like a ministry into the community. Somebody hears something that resonates with them and they can use some little thing that you talked about. You just never know how it's going to hit somebody. So appreciate you being on, man.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. And we'll
Thank
be
you.
onward and upward. So what's up for you comp wise next? You're off for a little bit, or
I don't know.
When do things get rolling again? Are you on it? You off it? Where's your head?
I
at?
don't. I'm torn.
Okay. Are
I'm torn between it.
we going for another 30 minutes right now?
Nah,
Yeah,
it could
go ahead,
be.
go ahead, yeah.
No, I'm torn. I'm torn
Okay.
with the comp just because I have been part of it forever. That's
Yeah.
all I've ever known.
Yep.
Don't want to stick away, but I feel like now more and more my friends are judges.
Okay.
Like the guys I compete, because I guess when I started competing when I was 20,
Yeah.
it's still only 15 years competing, but I did a lot of traveling for competitions. I
Yep.
did a lot. A lot of my friends now, even my last one, I was after the climb hanging out with the judges.
Yeah.
And it's not like I have a disconnect with the younger climbers.
Sure.
These are the guys we were all competing together when I
Yeah.
first came into it.
Interesting.
And now it's a hard battle.
Different dynamic.
Yeah. Much as I love going against Derek and Dan all the time now.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. It's hard. It's definitely hard,
Yeah.
but I get it stepping away.
Yeah.
But I won't step away from the competition.
I got you.
I'm not
Yeah.
leaving any
Yeah, yeah.
competition.
we know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
I think
No, we
Jersey last year was my first year not volunteering or competing in,
Yeah,
in
that's right,
Jersey
yeah.
since like 2010.
Wow. That's
For
cool.
good because of his kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for
And
good
that was the
reason.
only thing
Yeah.
I couldn't. That was the first, but I still came out.
You still came out.
Yeah, I didn't miss it.
Yep.
No, of course.
But no, I try. I want to be a part of everything,
cool.
and we'll know if I compete or not.
Right on.
We'll see.
But you'll always be ready.
Oh, I'm always ready to take, especially with some young guns talking trash. Like, no way.
That's
Come
the
on.
big. That's the big deal right there. That's what I love about.
I still climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not
Exactly.
done climbing. I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
doing all the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think now it's different. The dedicated time.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
can't just say, "Hey, I'm gonna run 3 masters climbs on Saturday, hon.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 7 hours, 7.5 hours." of-
Mhm.
Yep.
Or like the after work practices. That's what, because I used to practice after work for hours,
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
But it shows. It pays off.
Yeah. It's time in.
Yeah, practice shows off. Like
Yeah.
definitely wear and tear, but you just become muscle memory, and that's what more and more people should. If you want to get better at comps, you gotta practice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like run the event.
Yeah.
Don't just I'm gonna jump around the tree. No, run the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun, just as much fun as the comps. It's the practice. Like if you get like 2-3 guys like after work, everyone struggles.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we gotta go ring these bells. Like, dude, come on, let's do it. We're all
Yeah.
here. Let's just bang this out. And it's more fun when you get out, you get a
Yeah.
abused line because no one runs a work line for practice. You just kind of just hang your bells. You're like, hopefully this works. And it's like the hardest climb of your life. You're like,
Yeah.
how long was that? 8-minute work climb? This is insane.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. I love it.
No, so I still practice. I
Yeah.
have bells. I got 10 bells in my truck right
Yep.
now.
I remember
And a fake pulse saw, and I have a limb tool. I got everything
Yeah.
in my truck, so I could throw down anytime.
It's
Just the comp time, I try to dedicate some time into it. That'll be hard.
It's a shame we don't have too much time. We could set one up for the boy for later. He keeps talking. I'm like, I know some guys, you know?
always.
Set them all up.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, man, listen, I really appreciate it. Always enjoy the conversation. Appreciate your insights. I definitely feel inspired again by your outlook on life. You know, the wanting to bring joy. You know, finding that fun. It's a good attitude, and it has an effect on people. So I appreciate it. And go birds.
Absolutely.
All right, we good?
That's it, man. Love it.
All right, over and out.
Is that?